Hey, yo. Of course. All right. Shit, what it is, man. Welcome to the LiveVibez Podcast episode. Whoa.
Shit.
405 is now in the books because we're live, goddammit. 405 episodes is up, goddamn. And
one of y'all Irish?
Me?
Just asking.
Yes, I'm Irish.
I kind of figured you were Irish.
What do you mean by that? The fuck is that supposed to mean?
It's not about you. Just
something about me says I'm Irish.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a little weird. You drink on this show more than me, more than anybody. So where'd you get?
They had to do anything with alcohol.
That's crazy. Then be a little more specific. That's crazy.
I kind of figure, somewhere on the other side, you got some Irish in you.
You got me logging into my motherfucking numbers now. I gotta see what's going on.
Not the numbers. What?
Oh yeah, he got me. He got me a little. Oh no, hold on.
You was Irish, because I don't think I'm any percent Irish.
Oh, you gotta be.
You get it from your mama.
You get it from your mama.
But where be at? Get it from your mama.
No bullshit. All right, here we go. My Irish. Hold on. I am at 16.1% British and Irish, my man. 16.1 is a lot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. This is the thing. I'm 18% European, but 16% of that is British and Irish. So legit.
What about you, Amiyah? You got any Irish in you? Look at Irish.
I don't know. Probably not. I'm based in
Vincians, man, because King ain't gonna leave me on this ledge. I don't even know if what that means.
You can't see what I am, so
I can. What did you talk about? I got your numbers right here in my face. Let's go see this man.
My numbers keeps changing for some reason.
Mine do too. But let's see. You're European. You are 17.8% European, and 14.7% of that is British and Irish. So the fuck are you talking about? We're related.
Not y'all related.
So now so it was cool for me to be Irish, but now that you know that you're part Irish, now it's a problem. What's going on?
No, not at all.
Okay, sorry.
What are y'all looking at? What are y'all looking at?
So 23andMe, our DNA and all that stuff, or whatever, shows that we're related. Y'all can't see that, but yeah, we're cousins and shit. So
cool.
Yeah, I'm 16.1% British and Irish. You're 14.7%. Just so we're clear.
What the fuck is my passcode?
He trying to log in. But shit, man, let's go ahead and get into. Look, I know we kind of start off a little crazy right now. I ain't checked my sounds. Can y'all hear this? No? Yes? All right, good. Whew. All right, so we got money there. And we're going to start us off. Well, Flat usually kick us off. I think I have a button here for him like this.
Hey, man, what's up with it, man? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy, Flatliner, Mr. Flatliner to you if you ain't part of the crew. What's up with it?
And by the way, Flat said that he will be late. If not, then he won't be here at all. So we'll see if he pulls up. But yeah. And y'all already know who it is, man. It's your boy Rated and Infinite, the Soprano gang, and goddamn it, I can't fade it. Y'all already know who it is, representing that soft arrow on look at the screens to the right. But
yeah. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Amiyah Deziire, of course, repping that soft arrow squad.
And last but not least, we have
Whoa. It's the king, bitch.
Okay. Not mad at any of it. And
guys love it.
There it is. And welcome to the pod, everybody. Who is up in here? Huh? Oh, you still eating? But yeah, man. we are up in here, man. Like I told y'all, man, episode 405. This is the part of the pod where we go ahead and check the vibe, see how everybody's doing, what's been going on for the past week / weekend / yesterday, today, shit like that. And I'll start us off first. I do have a few things that I wanted to tap into. First things first for me, I'm cool. I'm in a good space right now. Still working on my sleep, though. My sleep has been shit the past couple of days. The past weekend was cool. Spent it with the kiddos and whatnot. That's always a blessing. They always give me life and energy and things like that. So that's always super cool. I don't have any like major updates or whatever, but two things that I felt it was just so bogus over the past couple of days. I'll start off with 2 days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. Very disturbing situation. I need everybody who decides to use your social media, go live, things like that, man. I need y'all to really check your backgrounds, understand what you got going on in your house before you hit that fucking live button, because I saw some shit the other day. Disturbed the fuck out of me, okay? Now, mind you, if y'all know anything about like Facebook, right? When you're scrolling through Facebook, if someone's live, you can see the live going on. But if you click it, then you'll go into the live. It'll show that you're in there. You can comment shit like that.
Right.
I see one of my friends from like an old neighborhood of mine. I haven't talked to her in a few years. Going live. She got her camera set up. She's in the kitchen cooking or some shit, right? But the way the camera is, you can see, all you can see is like her body, but you can also see like behind her. So her body's like where I am, but you can see all this back here in the house, right?
Okay.
Now in the background, people walk by. She got a bunch of kids, so she got kids running around here and there.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
It was like one of the little kids had a Uzi or some shit.
No, one of the kids was butt ass naked. Didn't start that way though. Did not start that way. Started off with just a shirt, but the shirt was long enough where you couldn't really see anything. You ain't really know what was going on. Till she just started like lifting it up and she took it off. And I'm just like, yo, the baby's butt naked. Ma'am, pay attention to the lot. And she can't see it because she cooking. She not looking at the phone. So she don't see what's behind her. Then the baby's like playing with toys with like on her parts. And it was disturbing. Disturbing. Like to the point where it's like, yo, gotta go in and be like, yo, please end this live. You don't see the baby. Get the baby out. Come on. It was, my God.
How old is this baby?
The baby was a baby, like needed diapers baby.
But
They don't never stay clothed though. Like, I don't understand.
But this is my thing.
all my kids stay clothes. I don't understand the situation.
I saw one kid run by with a diaper on. I saw one kid that seemed like she was a little older, but she had on nothing. She had on a t-shirt and that was it. But then she took the motherfucker off and started doing some wild things that I would not say on this podcast with toys. In the background. It was this.
Bruh. Nah, I don't even want to hear no more.
Please end the live. You know what I'm saying? And I think she's taking it as like, or you can't cook, or like, no, we're not even talking about you, the babies, man. Get the babies off the live, man.
God, you wasn't the only one saying it.
It was a few people in there, but they were just like, oh my God. They wasn't even like really saying anything. And I'm just like, dog, this is disturbing. So then she
let her fail.
she ended up like ending the live. And I was like, because you know how the lives go. Once they do whatever, now you can view it on the page. It's just like a video or something like that.
Yeah.
And I went back like later. I'm like, please tell me this is not like a thing. I hope she caught it. I hope she deleted it. But when I went back to her page, I didn't see it. So I was like, I hope she caught it and was able to just delete that shit, because that shit was disturbing. It was really disturbing. But yeah, watch what y'all do on these lives, man. God damn. Or watch your surroundings. If you're going to like look, you know how like when you're on a live, people comment all the time. Look at your comment section. A motherfucker tell you, hey, there's some shit going on back there that you're not paying attention to.
Anybody else say something, or were you the only
No,
one?
they was just saying like LOL, oh my God, like a bunch of like wild face emojis, but nobody was saying what was happening. And I'm like, am I bugging? I'm like, am I the only one to see this
I
shit? Because like I
mean,
said, I didn't jump
you-
in the. So when
you
I
weren't
jumped in the
the only one
live,
to see
I
it,
said,
but-
"Yo, please delete this." Like the baby's in the background. And I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
babies. I don't know about the babies. Listen, every baby I've been around ain't never been clothed. Like, I mean, they start off that way, but somewhere
get
along
you.
the line, they just be naked. And I mean, they babies. Like you talk, if you under a year old or under 2, really, like you really just be running around here trying to be naked. I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I don't know if I would have. I mean, I would have said something, but not sued in the sense of like.
It's what the baby was doing with the toys.
What kind of
was
toys?
disturbing.
It wasn't sex toys, was it?
I mean, it was anything she could grab. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Get the babies off the live, dog. Because first off, it's like this baby does this often. It was the middle of the day. The sun was out. Like this wasn't like I don't understand. It was disturbing. That's what I'm saying. And like I said, to me, I think that stuff like this happens all the time, and it is just like ignored. Like this is just kids being kids, but or she just doing her own thing and don't really care. But that shit was weird to me. So I was just like, yo, please, dog. So that was disturbing. So I wanted to say that, y'all. Make sure y'all, when y'all doing y'all lives, man, check your surroundings, check your comment section, make sure your shit is straight before you come on, man. That was weird. Also, a wild thing happened to me today. FedEx pulled up to my crib and drops off a package, right? I'm like, okay, fuck is this about? I don't think I ordered anything. I open up the box and I see this. 4 boxes of Adidas in 1 box. I didn't know the shit. I said, what? I opened them up. I look. There's 4 pair of shoes in there. Size 7, 7, 7.5, and 8. And they're all the same shoe. And, they not yours now? They not yours now? Huh?
Ugly ass gray joints.
Nah, it was some regular Adidas called the Advantage or something like that. They was
definitely was mine.
Yeah, they some cheap shit. So I thought that was crazy. I was like, what the hell is this? So I was like, look, Adidas, what I'm gonna do with this? I can't fit them. Like somebody got it looked like, you know how like one of those situations where like girls all order the same shoes or the same outfit and then they all match for like an event or a party or some little cute shit like that. That's what that reminded me of. I was just like, yo, somebody was trying to get the same shoe 4 times in 4 different sizes for 4 different people for something.
Or somebody had kids and they just with someone wear the same size.
I guess, but
how you say it's 4?
4 shoes, a 7, a 7, a 7.5, and an 8. And I'm like, dog.
It could probably be like maybe a mother
or some kid,
with 3 kids.
Mm-hmm. So I hit up Adidas and was like, hey, yo, these ain't mine, buddy. And apparently I need to get these to whoever these belong to. I need to get these back to y'all. Something need to happen. And he was like, oh my God, thank you for being honest and, you know what I'm saying, letting us know this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. We're going to send you a shipping label so you can ship them back to us free of charge or whatever. And we're going to give you 30% off of our store just because, you know, you were honest about it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, cool. Because if there was a size 13, probably wouldn't have been. It's like, no, I'm sorry. But no,
one of those shoes wouldn't have made it back.
I got 3 pairs of shit. Yeah. So it was cool. I ain't send them back yet. They're in my room. I'm gonna send them back tomorrow. But that shit happened today. So
they sent you the label, right?
They sent me the label. Yeah, my email. They sent me the voucher for my 30% off first, and then they sent me the label. They said the label will be there probably 2-3 hours after this talk to the people. And they was like, all right, cool. So yeah, boom. But they sent the label over. So I'm gonna do all that shit tomorrow. But yeah, other than that, man, that's been it for me. Just random shit. Like I said, nothing too bogus on my end though. But I'm cool. In here, ready to pod, man, on a good old Tuesday.
Amiyah.
My weekend was pretty chill. I'm going back to school, so I'm doing a lot of prep for that.
Hey,
Yeah, unfortunately, I lost a high school friend as well over the weekend. So
No.
yeah,
Sorry to hear that.
So it just put a lot of things in perspective. Friendships of any kind, relationships of any kind, and then also just just life, just thinking about the things that we complain about or that we're not grateful for. So yeah, it's been a couple of rough patches these past couple of weekends for me, but I'm still holding through. And just gonna keep pushing one foot in front of the other and one day at a time. So yeah, I'm here with y'all, what I'm saying, excited for these topics we got tonight. So yeah.
Just keep swimming.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Well, appreciate you being here. I know you're going through some stuff or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you're able to, still kind of lock in and just, kick it with us, man. And hopefully this can, give you some energy, boost you up a little bit. Sorry to hear that again, condolences and whatnot. And King, what about you, man? Other than you snacking and smacking over there, what's been up?
The King has nothing to report.
Wasn't he out in the streets this past?
He do that.
He do that. Those old pictures.
I don't know. I can't claim it this time. I haven't seen it. So.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I ain't post nothing this week. Nothing.
But did you do something this week? Just because you ain't post shit don't mean you ain't do shit.
I ain't do shit.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm back to my regular.
Okay, just making sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you on mine. I'm with you on this one.
Yeah, March. All March. Nothing to report, baby.
Raggedy.
I'm not doing this with him. But all right, man. But
plan for March. Nothing.
Just because you don't plan it don't mean shit don't happen. Life happens, man. It's always stuff to talk about.
Exactly.
It's just if you choose to talk about it or not. That's it.
I don't have shit to talk about. This is work, shit, kids, home. That's it.
Dog, I just talked about some shit I saw on fucking Facebook. Like, it's not the fact that I did something or I went out and had a good time. It's just some random shit I saw.
On Facebook is the most depressing shit about men and women hating each other. They want to be with each other, but they hate each other. It is depressing. Or people just going back and forth. You're the problem. No, you're the problem. I want this. Do things my way. Be yourself, but be yourself the way I think you should be yourself. This shit is depressing.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Oh man, well,
but ain't it the truth? Be yourself, but be I want you to be. But I think yourself. Shit's retarded. It's the same shit all the time.
I feel you, but overall, I'm just glad we all here, able to pod and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Irvin up in here saying, "What's up to you, King?" You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit! What's up, Irv?
What you eating?
That's something you can report right there.
I'm eating salmon. All my health kick salmon, collard greens. I ate the corn on the cob first because you ain't about to see me eat that.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it is terrible.
That's terrible.
But yeah, I'm eating healthy salmon, so.
But I hope everybody else had a good week/weekend and all that good stuff, man. And if you're in here, you know what I'm saying, please do us a favor, you know what I'm saying, and hit the thumbs up on this video wherever you're watching from. Hopefully it is our YouTube channel. If you're on the Facebook, like, you know what I'm saying, the one that just came up in here, Irvin, you know what I'm saying, come on over to the YouTube so you can see the comments where everybody be kicking it at, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, and come to YouTube.
We would appreciate that.
Subscribe, please.
100%.
Good, just living.
Come on through, man. We appreciate you. And LiveVibezPodcast right there on YouTube, man. Check it out. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified. Subscribe, all that good stuff. All right, and boom, get that off the screen. And first things first, it looks like we can get into the shits. And the first one with the shits today is me. Holy shit. Okay. Let's see what I'm bringing to the table today. I barely even know. I saved a bunch of different things that I saw over some time, and this is the first one I pulled up in my phone. I said, all right, we're gonna run with this one. And it says, was I wrong for putting my son out? You got to see the post. I'm going to share the post on the screen. And yeah. And before, look, let me show y'all this, man. I'm all for marketing and things of that nature, but some shit make me sick. I hate people. Okay, so this is the post, right?
Oh
Look
my
at this.
shit.
Look at this. Look at this woman and how she's shaped. This has zero to do with this post. It's just a tactic to get you to pay attention and look at it and want to read it. I know how
Yeah,
people
what
work
is
the
it
internet.
called? It's the
Bait and
clickbait.
switch.
Huh? Y'all both
Oh,
said
whatever.
something. Either
Whatever.
way,
Same
it's,
thing.
it's
Both of
ridiculous.
them. Yeah, same thing.
It's ridiculous, man. But I'm gonna read it off now. I didn't even read this whole thing, so hopefully it's straight. Okay. It says it's anonymous bullshit. All right, whatever. So it says this is a mother talking about her son. Okay. It says I put my son out last week because he couldn't follow my house rules. He's 27, fell on hard times, so I allowed him to move back in 6 months ago. So she said, I have 3 house rules. No overnight company. If you mess up, clean up, and you got to go to church on Sundays. Those are her 3 rules. She said, that's it. He grew up going to church every Sunday, so it's in him. He missed 3 weeks back to back, so I addressed him, and he told me that he'll go next week. Next week came, he still did not go. After about 2 months, I sat him down and had a heart-to-heart conversation with him and told him if he couldn't follow my house rules, he needs to find someone else to stay with. We agreed to disagree, and he said that he'll be gone by Friday. My husband told me I was wrong because he has to find himself, but I believe if he goes to church, he'll find some direction. By Wednesday, my son was gone. I went from talking to him daily to once a week, maybe, but he talks to his father daily. Was I wrong for putting him out? I don't think so, but my husband, but my house rules, my rules, and I want an outside opinion. So whoever wants to tackle their thoughts on this, do y'all think that she was wrong for putting her son out after he fell on hard times? He didn't follow her rule of going to church every Sunday. He missed a few Sundays or whatever the case may be, said that he'll go, the next time, didn't go. So she said, you know what, you got to get out. And he left. And now he talks to his father way more than he talks to her. And the husband thought that she was wrong. So what do y'all think about this? Whoever wants to chime in.
I mean, I do think she was wrong. I think when it comes to, so my littlest goddaughter, she had me watching Family Reunion on Netflix with I guess it's Tia Mowry. And, one of the episodes they were talking about how the daughter was supposed to finish seminary school, but she didn't, and she became a matchmaker instead, and the parents basically were trying to disown her and whatnot. I think that there is a generation of people who are very bent on the church thing. And for some of us, especially in my generation, we have experienced a lot of things happening in the church. And I'm not even talking like all the deep end stuff, right? I'm just talking about the shade, like, people talking about you and judging you and in a place that's supposed to be of God. So I think she was absolutely wrong. He's 27. He is able to make his own choices. She should have had a different kind of conversation with him. I don't necessarily think that she created a space for him to really talk to her and tell her how he felt as far as him not wanting to go to church. I think he was trying to appease her. So I do believe she was wrong. I think that there is room to negotiate and have conversations, especially when your child is an adult. And I think that's where a lot of parents go wrong, especially Black parents. They still try to treat you as a child, even though you're an adult. If you allowed him to come back because he fell on tough times, then obviously he communicates enough, he talks to you enough to have certain conversations with you. But I think that the church thing was just a bit much. I can, especially when the biggest things are, what was it, like not coming in late or whatever have you, like those are really big. I mean, as an adult who moved back into my mother's house at one point before I moved out again, there were certain rules that I had to abide by, but at the same time there was nothing that made me feel restricted, I guess, or like mandatory, that made me uncomfortable. I think that's a thing that Black parents have to like really be mindful of, kids, young kids, and or or adult children, there's a certain level of pressure that we feel when it comes to our parents. It's conversations that we don't necessarily feel comfortable to have, and there are a lot of times we feel uncomfortable with our parents, and don't express those things because we're afraid of like how they'll react. So my answer, all in all, is she was wrong.
Got you. King, what about you, man? How you feel about it?
Yeah, I guess I could beat all ball. I don't think she was wrong.
Okay.
He was 27. She let him come back. Okay, you fall on hard times. This is about just being an adult. Wherever you go, people are going to have rules. Or just because this is your parents. Look, that her 3 rules were light as fuck to me. I mean, that's like some soft shit. You couldn't follow these 3 particular tiny ass rules. I mean, I'm sorry. Every time I had to go back to my parents' house when I was younger, even being an adult, I had shit to blow his little shit out the water. Then I had to pay, do all this little goofy shit. Like this 3, you can. Nah, that's just crazy. Because even if you go live with someone else, you're in someone else's life. This is their life. This is their house. You gotta follow their rules. You can't just do whatever the hell you want. No. If you want to do what you want, to stay on good terms and get yourself together, do what you gotta do, and tough it out and get your stuff together, and you could do whatever you want to do in your own home. When you're at somebody else's house, you gotta follow by their rules. You don't want to be a burden in someone else's house. If they actually
me not going to church is not a burden to you. That goes deeper into pushing religion on.
He agreed to the rules though and stayed there. He could have been like no off the break.
And he went again. This is deeper. We can't even look at this as just rules. We are talking about religion here. So if I went initially, maybe it's something I don't like about your church.
Under that religion.
What are you? Those be the ones. What are we talking about? At
the end of the day, he could have like, well, no, I can't follow that rule. I'm not going to come.
Listen. It's called trying. The same way you get into a relationship, and maybe your person is. We're gonna talk about religion, Muslim, and you're not. You go to a temple because you like. Let me give this a try. Let me try it out. This is for my person. Right? That's something that you do. But then you realize, hey, this is not necessarily for me. Again, there are a lot of parents who don't create safe spaces for their children, whether you are a child or an adult child, to come and have conversations that say, listen, this place, I don't necessarily like it, or it makes me feel uncomfortable, or I'm thinking about a different kind of religion, or whatever the case is. Rules are not unreasonable. I'm not saying that rules are unreasonable. I'm saying when it's something specific that goes to your values, like your core values, your what's the word I'm looking for? Beliefs. That's something different. I did that by accident, but that's something different. I don't think that it's fair. It's not as cut and dry. It's just not like me not coming in late. Absolutely, I'm gonna respect your house. Me not bringing over company. Absolutely, I'm not gonna disrespect your house. Me going to church with you, that's different. But again, what I'm saying is he should have had a conversation with her to say, Mom, I don't like this church, or whatever his reasoning was. They could have had a conversation about it, and then they could have came to the conclusion that, you know what, it may be time for me to go. But also, you in a household with a mother and a father, a husband and a wife, and they're both not on the same page. Like listen, so the consequences that her son don't talk to her is often now, because that's what kids, adults or otherwise, do when they feel like they're backed into a corner, or you are doing something that you don't want to do. And obviously he didn't want to do. I'm not saying that it was wrong, right? But her it's her rule, but it's still like, come on, like that's listen. I'm not religious, but I feel like religion, especially in the Black community, has been used far too long to manipulate people. So that's my end of rant.
No, I totally agree with you. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at it, it's like these were her 3 rules. If you was going to follow them or not. So that's my whole thing. It's like I'm not saying I don't like the whole church thing, but he agreed to it. So that's why I don't think she's wrong. and he said he couldn't do it. He bounced. That's cool.
Yeah,
So I don't look at her as being wrong in this joint because she had 3 rules. He couldn't do one of them, so he left. Point blank. So he's not wrong. She stuck by her guns. He said he chose to not do it.
Yeah, he also chose to leave before, you know what I'm saying? So they both decided that wasn't a good fit. But there's sometimes when you have to think about things and how they're going to impact your relationship, because now you feeling salty because he only talked to you barely once a week, but he talked to his dad every day. Listen, actions have consequences. So,
okay. Like whatever actions he did had moved back in the house. I mean, it's goes back and forth.
It's not always that easy, but I'm gonna let you have it.
But whatever he did had him have to come home. Like you said,
it might not have been something he did. So, but that's
he did or did not do. Still, his actions had some type of consequences where he had to come back home.
What's the consequence if you get laid off? That's not something you did. It's something that happened to you. There are a lot of people or some people who have graduated college who can't seem to find jobs in their actual fields or whatever have you. It's not necessarily something you did. Some things can be happening to you. And you know what? Whatever. Rated. What's your answer?
King, was you good or was you finished?
I don't think she's wrong. I don't think she's wrong at all. She has 3 set rules. He walked into that joint knowing what the rules were. He couldn't follow one of them from say she's, all right, you had the rule. So do I agree with her rules? The church thing, no, because even the father would have been like, nah, I'm probably not gonna go to church like that. So, but of her setting her rules and going by them, because once you come into someone's house, is either you follow their rules or you bounce, mom or family or not. It just is what it is.
I agree. Now I do see both of you guys' points because I was the same way on this. Because she wrong, but she not wrong. You know what I'm saying? It's like I look at it like this. King, from your perspective, she's absolutely right because she did set 3 rules. He agreed to these rules. He did not meet these rules demands, and she cut him a little slack, and he didn't show up like he said he would. So she put him out. Cool. There's nothing wrong with that. That was the agreement. He couldn't abide by it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I also feel like there's a thing that we have when it comes to the fact that he is your child. You know what I'm saying? Your child is going to always have a certain leverage and a certain, you know what I'm saying, with you over anyone else because that's your child. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to do anything under the sun that you can for your kids to make sure that they're good, whatever the situation is, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like the same way that you probably raised him like that, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody's going to show favoritism to their child. You're not going to treat your child the same way you treat everybody else's kid. That ain't my fucking kid. This is my kid. This is how we rock over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you cool, you know what I'm saying? But this is mine. And I feel like with that mentality, I feel like that should have been applied here. If he abide by her rules to the point where he did not have no overnight company, he always cleaned up after himself. And the only thing he struggled with was the whole church thing. I think that's
company would have pissed me off right there.
I'm an adult, but again, it's somebody else's house.
Pissed me off.
It's somebody else's house, right? Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
I'd have just would have grind out, just do what
that's the tough. That's probably one of the toughest rules. You know what I'm saying? Although for him, it seemed like the church thing was, but again, like Amiyah said, like there could be a list of reasons of why he didn't go to the church. You know what I'm saying, or whatever the case may be, but I feel like if he is completing rule number 1, he's completing rule number 2. And I see she did give a little leeway because he wasn't showing up week after week or whatever. But you got to let that one pass, man, because that's your child at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And your child needs your help. And you based it off of a rule. So now you're going to put your child out in the street over something that you could adjust, do away with. Like, it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying?
Not every family rock like that.
100%, but that's not. But and that's cool, and that's cool. But the way she said, "Oh, like they raised him in the church and all this stuff," like either way, And the husband disagrees as well. My thing is that I'm looking at this from my perspective. I know how it is to be a father to a son and a daughter. There's no part of me, at least in this example, that says I kick my child out over this. Personally. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing that you also stated, I can't say stated already because it sounds too funny, but is that he was going to church. For me, that's like my brain just processes things differently. He was going. You could have easily just had a conversation about what changed that he no longer wanted to go, instead of going to the extreme, which was, oh, you ain't going, you got to get out of my house. That's like I think that whole thing just frustrates me because I can't speak for other communities because I ain't never had real conversations with them about what happens in their households when they're raising their kids. In the Black community, that putting your kid out shit is like a second nature to some people. And I think that it's so unfair that that's like the go-to when something is going wrong or something is not aligning the way you want it to. And it's about having a conversation and seeing what the change is, or what can you come to compromise? Because again, those first two rules are the biggest. You're talking about somebody who's probably not a virgin, who already had sex, and you want me to not bring company over? Like, I can't have nobody in your house. That means I'm always going out to somebody else's house. It seems like, yeah, that rule again, compromise on both of their parts, because he could have had a conversation with her in reference to why he wasn't going or whatever have you. But it just seems like it's that seems so extreme to me is what I'm saying.
I agree. I think and to piggyback off of the thing you mentioned about the whole, like, when they turn 18 they gotta go shit, like, I've never been a fan of that, honestly. Number one. Number two, I do understand some parents' circumstances. When you have a child who has been running the streets since he was fucking 12, 13 years old, stay getting in trouble, get locked up all the time. When you got that type of child who just can't get right, always want to fuck up over and over and over again. Once that child hit 18 and you want to be like, look, I can't do this anymore. You done stressed me the fuck out over the past 6 years. I'm sick of getting you out of jail. I'm sick of you not listening to me. You got to go. I have nothing against that, because to me, you don't want to take the guidance of your parents. You don't want to even just reap the benefit of you having people in your corner to help support you as you become an adult. You know what I'm saying? You just disregarding all that shit, doing what you want to do. I get it. Other than that situation, I don't think nobody should be pushing their kids out the door at 18. I don't think you should at all. People are still young and dumb at 18, 19, 20. You still people in college making stupid ass decisions at 18. Facts. You're just not there yet. You know what I'm saying? So putting the kid out at that age, I've never been a fan of. You know what I'm saying? I just seen a post not so long ago where a man was like, you know, he felt like he wanted to kind of take on the same traits as, let's say, that the Spanish people do. You know, they'll bring everybody in the household, everybody work, everybody bring that money in, and then they buy the next house. Then they split them up. Y'all half there, us half over here.
That happens so much on my route, it's not even funny.
And then they take over
my neighborhood.
Yep. And they take over, and then you wonder, like, damn, why they moving so many? Nah, they got a plan, my nigga, and they doing it well. And he's like, dog, I wouldn't put my kids out at that age. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can stay with me as long as you need to, as long as we figuring out a way to capitalize off the money that I'm bringing in and you're bringing in, and we can set our family up and get you straight and get your family straight. Like, that's how we're going to approach that. I'm not going to just put you out and just say, figure it out, you're a man now. You know what I'm saying? So everybody have their different ways of looking at this. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like at 27, he's been out doing his thing probably from the age of 18 or even 21. However, you know what I'm saying? And it said he fell on hard times. It didn't say he was a bad person. It ain't said that he was indulged in some fucked up shit. We all can fall on hard times. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I just feel like as a parent, as a father who has raised a child and know that you need my help and I need to be there to support you, dog, you stay here as long as you need to. That's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together. What you need my help with? You need help with your credit? Let's figure it out. You know what I'm saying? What job you got? How much you making? Can we get you something better with your credentials? Let's get your resume straight and try to find you something bigger and better. Like, let's figure this shit out. That's what a parent's supposed to be there for. Not, though, if you don't go to church, you got to go. That's wild to me. Because to me, if something happens to my child Once I put my child out, especially over these circumstances, I'll be sick. I'll be so sick because it wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary. You know what I'm saying? I would have I think the conversation, she like after 2 months, she sat him down and had a heart to heart conversation with him and told him if he could not follow the rules, he had to go find somewhere else to stay. She didn't say we had a heart to heart talk to find out what was the issue, why he wasn't going to church. You know what I'm saying? Is it something we can do to kind of get him to go? What's the problem? Like, it was like, you can't follow my rules, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's not a heart to heart talk. That's just you putting his ass out. But at the end of the day, like King said, I have nothing against the business part of this because it is rules, house rules, her house, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, man, me personally, I couldn't just put my child out over something like that. If I'm in church every Sunday, that's my relationship with my Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's how I go and I praise. That's how I go and get my information. That's how I seek, you know what I'm saying, my loyalty to my, you know, my Savior and things like that. That's on me. You can't force somebody else to do that. Especially a grown ass man. It's not that you're doing this with a, you know what I'm saying, with a teenager that's trying to get their life together. Or oh, this man 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, he could have changed religions. He could have. It's so many things that could have happened by the age of 27. And I just don't think that it's right to put that nigga out like that.
But it's funny, like I hate to say, like the older generation, they a little funny and stuck in their ways, and they don't want to have uncomfortable conversations. It's mostly just do things my way. If we all most have common sense, we see how they act and they operate. A lot of people don't like the way they act, and somebody like me, I just understand the way they act, but like, okay, I see what you're doing. You see, I'm gonna rock with you, or am I not?
Right.
I'm not. I mean, their time is fading away anyway. So it's just like, hey, I get it. So sometimes I see him talk, I'm like, yeah, I hear you. I deal with you for a little while because you talk your shit because you ain't got that long to talk this shit.
Hey yo, not because you ain't got this that long. Oh my god,
man, keep it real. You ain't got that much longer to talk this shit.
That's crazy.
I mean, I just feel like, you know, when it comes to, you know, what's so funny. Me and my friend were talking the other day about how, like, if you ever go on a dating app, a lot of the white people on there tend to be agnostic or atheists, right? But you look at black profiles, Christian, Baptist, you know, all these different things. And I'm not saying that any of them is wrong or right. What I'm saying is, for us to have religion specifically based out of, I'm not trying to get too deep, but, you know, slavery, right? We were more spiritual than we were religious in the beginning anyway. So to me, it's just weird that we have taken this thing on so hard that we will put our kids out over it, that it becomes like, you know what I mean? And I saw somebody's comment saying, like, you could praise anywhere. You could literally praise anywhere. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there is church, right? So to me, it's just like, I don't know. I think, you know, when something so minute, where you could have had a conversation about compromise. Hey, can you just come to church with me once a month? Right? That could have been something that was discussed, but now he's gone and his relationship with you is not the same. And I think that when in hindsight, was it worth it? Probably not. Probably not.
I agree. Shout out to John West. He says, I see a post where it stated that we should start charging our kids once they turn 18 about $400 a month for rent. Once they turn 25, give them their money back and let them go out on their own. I've seen this before as well.
I actually agree with that. If they have to stay home,
I am not mad at this at all, because you're teaching your child responsibility, how to pay bills, how to be on time, all these different things. On top of that, you're setting them up for success, because now once they get all that money saved up, give it back to them, go out there into the world, figure life out. You got enough money to do that. And if you need me, I'm here. I'm cool with this 100%. You know what I'm saying? 100%. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it when it's, like I said, there's only a very short amount of circumstances where you should be kicking your kid out for
and I hate to say it's like us as parents, we, especially if you had kids, you should be trying to your best to have a stable platform for them, even if they have to come back, which you can actually, I would say, stable foundation for you, one for yourself, and if they need to come back, that you're fine. So like to charge them, you don't need it. You're just putting a nest egg for them. So when they go out, look here, like this shit, your money back. I was just, basically like saying, teaching you a lesson, but I see you got your place on your own. Here, take all the money back. Look, be smart. Put these whatever how long you was ever staying here. Put it these towards 2 months of your rent, so you in the hole. Well, is that right? In a hole, in advance. So you're ahead, and you should be good to actually do and help them out in any type of way. And you like, especially still having that foundation. Like if you ever do need to come back, I'm right here. We probably do the same shit over.
Yeah. But before we get off this, I do want to say that I think that we got to look at our situations as well too. I feel like we have a lot of situations where people are in these hoods, these ghettos, and poverty and things like that. First off, look at that situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you're staying with your parents or your mom or whoever, and y'all live in an apartment somewhere. That's not something that she owns. That's something she's paying rent on. And when the time comes that she got to go, or she can't afford it, or she want to move, she don't take nothing with that. She don't own that property, nothing like that. So to kick your child out to go do the exact same thing you're doing, y'all both have apartments that y'all paying somebody for that y'all don't own. Y'all don't have no type of, ownership whatsoever. It just seemed like y'all are walking down the same path to nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're in a situation where like, it's one thing of wanting to have your own space, especially if you could pay for it, but like, you got to think about the bigger picture here. You got to think about setting your family up for success. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in this position where I'm like, dog, I want my kids to have something. I want my kids to know that they're living for something. And if anything happens, that they're okay and they got the tools they need, X, Y, and Z. Like, you don't want to set your kids up for the same failure that you went through. To me, you didn't teach them shit. They're walking down the same street you walk down and tripping over the same rocks and stumps that you tripped over. You got to make sure that they're in a better position than you. You know what I'm saying? And just putting them out on their ass and saying, figure it out ain't the move.
And then on top of that, make sure you're not a burden to them at all.
Listen,
once you get older.
Listen,
like,
because
I don't want to have to, hey, can I come stay with you? Hey, look, I want to be retired, chilling. I want to be able to help them if they have kids.
Exactly.
Look, if I die, like, don't be, you got to think ahead of time. Like, I want to be able to like say, look, this is the money to bury me. I want to be cremated or I want to be buried here. So for you saying GoFundMe account, you gotta think not to be a burden on your children sometimes.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, hopefully, like me having a home, I would like to have this paid off by the time my kids are at least the oldest one become an adult.
Exactly. That way that house will be paid off. If they decide to make a move, you know what I'm saying, they can get another house going on. Now it's 2 houses in the family. You know what I'm saying? But
even
starting
if
that
happened to me, it's
good.
Nothing to help. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because that happens a lot, man.
It's not about you when you have kids. It's like it's about you and your kids now. And the best thing you can do for your kids is not being a burden on the life that they're trying to live.
Mm-hmm. Because that happens. That happens too. So
yeah.
But yeah, man. Well, shout out to me for bringing this to the pod. Great conversation.
I know. How long? 51 minutes.
No bullshit.
All of it ain't but about this, but
damn near hour. That's good. But good conversation piece right there, man. Great input from you both. And let's see what's next on the board. It looks like King Part 1, maybe.
Yeah, I was trying to see how many people in here. So I was asked. So I'm just gonna put this up here, and then we can go to maybe another topic. But I was asked to ask all the late. We got a low
number tonight,
today. Low number tonight, but we was asked that you got to answer this too. Well, no, wait.
I don't even know where it is. I think he's talking to you.
No, see, I wish we had a higher number rate too as well, because I would ask some of the men that's watching that watch all the time.
So you want to save this for the next?
Wait. Because if it's based on participation, then I feel like the more numbers, the better the conversation is going to be.
Yeah, I might have to save
You can set up for it a little
both
better.
of these joints. So I might have to look for another topic. So I'm just gonna have to go with
all right, so let's move Amiyah's up,
Amiyah.
and then you
now
can
I'm gonna find something else.
All right, boom. So we're gonna just slide that one on up. And
I
then
well,
right.
What you just did you do something? Because I
didn't touch anything. I didn't touch anything.
All right, hold on. I got you. Pull up this. Here we go.
All right, boom. This says weddings from Amiyah. I'm not sure what this is. You already know. When stuff gets submitted, I try my best not to indulge. I want to be just as shocked as y'all are. And I had to share my screen. Audio as well, right? Yep. All right, boom and boom. Hide this. That is on. All right. And I'm about to hit play. Let's see what this is about.
Wedding should be 1 year into a marriage. Wedding should be 1 full year, 1 Gregorian calendar year into it. You should get engaged. And then a year later or whatever, you get legally married. Everybody should go to the courthouse, get the document. Then 1 year from then, we should be going to your wedding. We should be celebrating the 1 year anniversary of you guys being married, not the beginning. There's no rules to this. We make the rules up. Joshua, that's not how it's always been. We make it up. We don't have to romanticize the very beginning. We can romanticize a car that's moving steadily. Also, the person, your not bridesmaid, what are they called? Maid of honor. Your wedding budget should include the work that they're putting in. They out here. I see them. Hard hat, lunch pail, Excel sheets, color coded. They're going to work all day, taking a little break, getting some bucha, getting a little booch in them, coming back to work on your wedding. You're paying everybody else. You're paying the photographer, paying the person that's cooking the food. You're paying everybody but the person that you love. You're getting free labor out of the person. She's going to be up there crying next to you. She should be a part of your wedding budget. It's nuts. Weddings should be a full year in. I went to a wedding that I spent a ton of money on. They got divorced 2 months later. I bought you a blender. Where's my blender? You know who you are. Where's my fucking blender? Who gets the blender? Do I get my blender back? Weddings need to be a full year in. This is ridiculous. You got me out here on the fly. I flew to your wedding. You got me sitting next to all these white folks drinking like they got black people problems. Puppies. I'm next to puppies. I'm talking to pubs all night long. You got divorced 4 months later. I want my fucking blender back. Weddings need to be 1 year into. I want to know that it's working. Tell me it's working. Then I'll celebrate it. Goodbye. Weddings should be.
Go ahead, Amiyah.
My man was very passionate. And I really want to real live know the answer to that question. Who gets the blender? Because it's only one, right? So like y'all gonna play rock, paper, scissors for it or what? But no, I like his sentiment in regard to, having
I was looking for a topic. So breaking down to what he was basically saying, because I was trying to look for a topic like shit.
So what he's saying is that instead of getting engaged and then having a wedding, right? Get engaged, get married, however many months or however many years you want, and then have the wedding. So when you have the wedding, you've already been inside of your marriage, right? Like it's actually working. You're not just starting the marriage when you have the wedding. And I think that's actually
wait. He said, hold on, I'm lost. He said, get married and then do what?
He said, get engaged first, right? You get your ring, you propose, whatever, boom. Y'all go through the fiance stage, whatever. You pick a day. That day, you go to the courthouse, get your marriage license. That's the day that you actually get married. Then 1 year later, then you should have your wedding. Because a lot of people...
Okay. That's what's throwing me off. Yeah. Oh, because I'm going to say, usually people are engaged for a year. So I didn't hear that. Go to the courthouse, get married,
and then a year later, then you have your wedding. Because now you'll know, like y'all have been in it.
Celebration.
Yeah.
Because that's actually a dope ass idea, though.
He said that he said he spent a lot of money. He went to a wedding, he had to fly to this wedding. He bought them a blender, all this stuff, and they got divorced in 2 months. And he was pissed.
Was in a dope ass wedding. I'm still mad. I have not seen the wedding pictures. We would look dope as shit in that wedding.
Yeah.
Not see a goddamn wedding picture because the shit ended so
fast. Yep.
Pissed.
I think that I think that here's the thing. I fully agree, right? Because it does. Here's the thing. I really feel like people romanticize the wedding and they confuse the wedding with marriage. That's not how this works. I ain't never been married, but I know enough to know that the marriage is not the wedding and the wedding is not the marriage. You need to be with somebody where the marriage is going to work. Your wedding is just a showcase of your love. It's just a showcase of like, hey, we're here, we're doing this, or we did this. And I do think that it makes sense to do it a year or however many months works for you. Because I met a guy at my job. He met his wife in like July, got engaged in like November, and then got married in February. And they've been together for 25 years. And you got people who've been together for 10 to get married and then they divorce in 2. So there's no formula to this, like he was saying. You really just have to do what works best for you. And I've also learned, like, when it comes to relationships, it's you, him, and God. For people who are spiritual, religious, for me, him, and God, right? The less people out of it, the more chances it has to work. But when you start adding people into your mess or into your relationship, into your marriage, into your life, it's a lot of things that can go haywire. So I really believe that taking time out to be with your person without people knowing might actually be the best thing ever, because your family is going to know, right? You know, like, it's almost like when you get pregnant, they say it's not good for you to talk about the pregnancy until you're past your first trimester. So kind of treat it like that, in a sense. Like, let's go ahead and get engaged. We going out, whatever our first trimester is that we agree on, whether it's 6 months, a year, 3 months, whatever. And then after we make it past a certain place where we think we're good, all right, bet. Now I'm gonna go ahead and we gonna have this wedding. We gonna celebrate. And the people who didn't know we were married, they can find out later. And the people who did know can be like, yo, I'm so proud of y'all. Like, y'all made it a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something to be not glorified, but I think that's something that we can actually start leaning towards for sure.
I agree. My take on this, I definitely agree with him. The biggest part that I agree with is that there is no rules and we make it up as we go. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, yeah, there is a traditional wedding. You know what I'm saying? You have your set things that you do and how it's done and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, you do what the fuck you want to do. It's your wedding. You can have that shit however you want. You can lay it out however you want. You don't necessarily got to follow all the traditional rules. You can spin, twist and spin it however you want. We've seen a lot of people do this differently. You know what I'm saying? We've seen people take their receptions to different levels of different heights. We've seen people take their pictures to different levels of new heights. That's just what they do in their marriage. You know what I'm saying? We see the sneakers with the suits and the dresses. We've seen the dance, and people come up with dance routines and all. Like, you can jazz up your wedding however you want to. And I feel like that same rule should apply not only for just a reception and pictures and shit like that, the whole process. It ain't gotta be, oh, I gotta have, this thing or that thing and these plates and that, the candle, you gotta light the candle, like, just whatever you want. You can take something and put your own twist on it. It could be the same thing, but it's in a different way. At the end of the day, as long as y'all, you know what I'm saying, say I do and kiss the bride. Other than that everything else is on the fly, man. Do what y'all want to do. So I'm a big fan of that part. And I definitely agree. I think everybody should take their wedding into their own hands. And I also think that a wedding should be planned. Honestly, I know traditionally, ladies, don't kill me for this. Traditionally, yes, it's her day, it's her wedding. She's the one with the dress. Her father walks her down the aisle. Her. Yes.
I don't believe that. I'll say.
But yeah, I'm saying traditionally, that's how it's supposed to go, right? But I would love to see a wedding that is planned 50-50 husband and wife. I don't think it's always the wife picks, you know what I'm saying? I think the guys probably pick like color, maybe. Like they help with the color.
The reason why it has been portrayed that way is because in the ways that we've seen it, most women let me not say most. I know some women ask their husband what their thoughts are on the wedding, and he's like, "That's all you." Like, he doesn't really want any parts of it, which is why it became that predominantly thing of like, it's her wedding, her day. But I agree with you, and I think that men should play a part in what the wedding is because it's a combination of you both. This is why at certain weddings you go to, you'll see that they blend sands together or they make candles together. You know what I mean? Like it's the union of two things becoming one. So I think that there should be more masculine energy and more men who do put their input into weddings for sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna rebuttal something that you just said, but Flat is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. My man's here. He was able to pull up, man. He let us know early that he gonna be late. He was getting his hair done and whatnot, and he is here. You know what I'm saying? Fresh, eating as always. You know what I'm saying? Flat, what's been up, my G?
Man, it's been a week for me, bro. I've been sad as fuck, bro. Like, I don't know if y'all heard about the shooting that happened in Landover, where the 11-year-old girl died. Then the dude turned the gun on himself. Well, it was a friend of mine. She's part of it. We used to call ourselves the crew. From Washington Hospital Center, and she got married, and she had a child already, got married to this guy, and back in 2021, and then all of a sudden, I had just saw her Wednesday. She had came over to my hospital. She was getting lunch, and so we call her Nunu. I call her Jimmy Neutron, but the part of the crew, they was like, we gonna make it sexy. So we started calling her Nunu. So I see her Wednesday noontime. And then she was like, good seeing you, James, and all that. Because we had got on it because the person she came over with was like, James just had a birthday. And I said, yeah. And you ain't even call or nothing and tell me happy birthday. She said, James, I did. You need to go back and look on your Facebook or whatever. So that was that. We kicking it, laughing or whatever. And then Thursday, I was getting off the trash truck to get ready to head into the hospital. And another friend of mine, part of the crew, called me and said, James, Nunu dead. I said, who the fuck is Nunu? Because I knew she wasn't talking about Nunu that I had just saw yesterday.
Yeah.
She said, Nunu. I said, Shanika, I just saw her yesterday. Now, Shanika had put up a post yesterday of an old picture of me and her. And then everybody just started commenting, oh, those were the good times. And we need to hang out, all this and all that. The girl, Nunu, commented on that post. And I had just said at the bottom of that post, I saw Jimmy Neutron earlier. And I said, I miss y'all or whatever on the post. And so she said, James, I know you said on my post that you had just saw her earlier. She said, yeah, but she's gone. I said, well, what the fuck happened? She said her husband killed both of them and then turned the gun on himself and killed himself. And I said, huh? And so she hit me up like 45 minutes later and said, well, I got word that she's not dead. She's in critical condition, but her daughter and the guy is dead. I mean, and so I had hit up the girl that she came over my hospital with and said, please tell me this is not true. And she hit me up like 30 minutes later and said, yes, it's true. So I was just like, what the fuck? Like, damn, man. What the hell? And so I'm sitting here saying, I hope she already know her child is dead. Because what I don't want her to do is wake up from whatever state of mind she's in, and then they have to tell her,
yeah,
you know your child is dead.
Yeah.
I said, either way, nobody wants to hear that their child is dead.
Right.
And then you don't want to hear that your husband did it.
Right.
And it's the stepfather of
I
your
was gonna
child.
say, yeah, it's a husband who's not the father of that child. It is just, yeah, that's terrible.
You know, so it was. I ain't been myself.
Yeah.
Like since I heard that news, because I've been, you know, trying to get it together, but it's just it's crazy.
Yeah,
and you know, she's just recently, you know, I got word, she came out of surgery, she's well. So I think they said she got shot 5 times, but got hit 2 in her back. So it's just, you know, I don't even know what, you know, I sent her a message, just said, you know, what I said to her, but it's like, I don't even know really what to say to her. You know,
that's tough.
Yeah, it's not like, okay, you just got shot and now you out of surgery. You know, I know what to say to that. I don't know what it's like to lose a child.
Right. Yeah.
And who it happened to. And it's like, I know the actual father is
devastated.
Yeah, you know, and it's just a fucked up situation. And then the guy's sister was online taking up for her brother, and
oh no,
y'all don't know the whole story. So the people on the internet going off, well, bitch, what is the story? Because at the end of the day, he's a fucking coward, and this and that for taking out whatever he was going through. That 11-year-old innocent child ain't had nothing to do with it, and y'all can't call him a coward if y'all don't know. And now all of a sudden it's mental illness, and it's like, you got people on there saying it wasn't mental illness just a week ago when he was posting that he had got fly and got all this shit and all it's like you want to bang this mental illness shit when shit like this happened. And you know, it's like, and at the end of the day, 2 families lost somebody, and it's like, man, we understand that your brother took his own life, but this is not supposed to be doing that. Like,
you just respect us.
Yeah, you need to grieve in silence. Like, okay, he's gone, but he took his own life after taking an 11-year-old, and he clearly thought he took his wife's life too. She just so happened to make it. So, you know, it's this shit. It's just wild. Because there's 2 people in less than 3 months that I know. I talked to them that day before, and they died the very next day. So, you know, I don't know, bro. It's just a lot. All of that shit is a lot. So
well, definitely sorry to hear that, man. Like I was just saying to Amiyah earlier, you know what I'm saying, because she's going through a loss as well. You know what I'm saying? Like I always appreciate when anybody, even in the comment section, when people are going through things and still able to, you know, pod or get in the comment section and stuff, man. Like it just speaks to how, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times, you know, we use this platform as a way to help us through some things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we need to get online and talk to each other or talk about some topics or just have a good time and things like that to kind of keep our mind off things or whatever the case may be. So I mean, definitely commend you for coming through still. You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate that. And again, sorry to hear that, because that's terrible, man.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. And we were at the part of the topic where Amiyah had brought this thing about weddings to the table, where this guy spoke on how he feel like how weddings should go. And I think to kind of wrap it up really quickly, he said people should get engaged first, go through whatever steps they go through, and then pick a day. On that day, get married, meaning go to the courthouse, get your license, get all that other stuff or whatever, then be married for a year, then have your wedding. And that way you'll know if it's, you know, if y'all going on a great path, if y'all going to, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, whatever, because he said that he went to a very expensive wedding. He had to fly out there, you know what I'm saying? All this other shit, bought him a blender, all this other shit. And then 2 months later, they was getting a divorce. So he was pissed about it. And Amiyah, to answer your question on who gets the blender, whichever side of the party that invited him. If it was the groom, he gets his blender. If it's the bride that invited him, then she gets his blender. That's how I see it. Whoever invited this man gets the blender. Because like I said, it's one blender, is two people. Yeah. So whatever side he sat on, that's who gets that blender.
Okay.
Yeah. To me. But like I was saying before Flat got in here, man, I'm really, really pro you just creating your own wedding situation. I don't feel like you have to go by the traditional rules. I don't feel like you gotta go through all the same steps that traditionally everybody's been going through. Make up your own shit. You can do it however you want. Your wedding can go however you want. Your reception can go however you want. There is really no rules to that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of posts lately or whatever. I've even seen people trolling with pictures of women proposing to men and shit like that. I just feel like we're getting into a space now where that's something that's going to start to become more common. It's something we got to deal with. I feel like me personally, that's something I don't agree on, but it's the same way as I can't sit here and say, do your wedding how you want, there's no rules, and then say, but you know what I'm saying? A woman can't propose type shit. I'm not a fan of that. I can't just kind of wrap my head around that part yet. But yeah, but either way, man, I just feel like everybody should definitely create their own rules to what their marriage look like, what their wedding looks like, and things of that nature, man. So I'm all for it, man. I think this is a good idea. But did anybody else have anything else to say on this? Flat, I guess since you're here, anything you think about people let's say creating their own style of weddings or waiting a year before they actually have the wedding after getting married, or like what do you think is like a good ideal way to do things?
I think that is a good what the dude had is a good way to do it if they haven't been dating or in a relationship at least 6 years. 5 years and under.
6?
I feel like
what?
Like in 6 years, if you haven't known this person, been around this person in 6 years, like
dating for 6 years?
No, knowing the person. It don't have to necessarily be dating, but knowing the person. Like if I just met somebody last year and here it is, I'm ready to get married this year, I feel like the way he said it is a better way. Before, I've been in a lot of weddings lately. I ain't getting in no more. I said there's only going 2 more motherfucking weddings that I'm paying for a suit for, and that's going to be mine and my best friends. I've been through with all my siblings. I'm good. Nobody else. That shit is expensive. And I agree with him, especially if you having a destination wedding and all that shit. That's too much money to be, for everybody just to be over with.
2 to 4 months they was done.
Yeah. Like that. If you haven't known this person at least 6 years, I think the way he said it is a good way to do it. Like, y'all get married and y'all stick it out for that whole year. Then if y'all can see that this is, we got little bumps and bruises, but that is shit that we can work through and all this and all that. Then it's like, all right, we're going to have a wedding, the visual wedding on this day. I think that's a good thing because you'll give your people time to say, all right, yeah, I'm going to get my suit, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But you'll fuck it up for somebody else in the future. Like if they just meeting each other and feel like they're ready for marriage and they do it and this is their turnout 2 to 4 months. Now another one of your friends in the same predicament and you like, man, I don't know. Such and such and them shit did the same shit. I don't know if I want to spend this much money on this shit. And then your friends gonna feel like, well, you did it for her. And you, how many times you gonna do this shit if it don't constantly work out? I don't think you know a person well enough to for that kind of dedication and to be doing all that. That's just me. Yeah. I'm not saying I don't believe in love at first sight and all that, but marriage is a whole different ball game.
Forever, supposed to be anyway.
Yeah.
Hell no. One of the comments I see on here is the first one, and this has been a thing for a while. That it's a great idea, but they really should put this into play. It said a marriage license should also expire like all other licenses. If we don't want to renew it, then so be it. And I feel like that is the truth. Yes, man. It should be y'all can set, and I feel like each couple should be able to set their own, you know what I'm saying,
expiration.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't make it like a mandatory, you gotta wait 5, you gotta wait 10. Nah, let them decide what it is, and that's what it'll be. You know what I'm saying? They want to say, all right, let's do 2, then we'll do 4, and then we'll do 6 or something like that. Like, y'all can make it up how y'all want. But I think that'll be really, really dope, man. If y'all don't get y'all asses in here and get this shit done, you know what I'm saying, we're going to have some problems. You know what I'm saying? Or y'all got to pay. You can make it to where people abide by it. But at the end of the day, yeah, and people could choose to do it or opt out. And I think that'll save a lot. It'll save a lot of money. It'll save a lot of fucked up situations. It'll save a lot. It'll save a lot of damage, man. So that's another thing, man. I wonder if you can somehow set that up. What's stopping? Because everything that we do, everything that we have is all man-made. What is stopping that from being a thing?
Because they're gonna make more money with divorces if it's not. Because if your license expires and you choose not to renew, I don't feel like you should have a penalty. You just decided that it wasn't working, and you know, just like anything else expires. Technically, we don't get penalized if our license. If we get pulled over, yes. But if you stop driving and your license expires, there's no penalty for that, right? So I feel like if you decide that, okay, we're gonna go 3 years, and we get to the 3 years, and we're like, you know what, I don't want to renew my marriage license, and I'm okay, then it should be a clean break. But they're gonna make money in courts with lawyers and dragging out divorces, splitting up stuff. You know, there's a lot of things that should be into play when you're talking about the license, though, because it's always fine print and everything, right? So, you know, if it's like, I think it should still be certain things, like if it's adultery, right, then it should be some sort of penalization for that. You know, stuff like that.
But y'all mixing. I get it, and it sounds cool, but then you're mixing like a religious way with just a way of the world. Like, oh, I think this will work for the world. But the religious way is till death do us part, not till this expires.
I mean, it is till death do us part, but I also think that's problematic. So that's another rabbit hole to go down. So I feel like I feel like we glorified the forever thing, but if your parents made it 25 years, had 25 full great years, and then for whatever reason they were just like, you know what, year 26 is just it's not working, or you know, they tried and it's not being fixed. You shouldn't shit on the 25 years because they decided that after year 26 it wasn't working. You gave somebody 25 years of your life. That's amazing. But we glorify this whole till death do you part thing, and then when people don't live up to it, we also judge them for that. We judge them for failing. Like, we're not giving people enough help and assistance to actually succeed either. A marriage is not the wedding, and the wedding is not the marriage. A lot of people that are very caught up in that wedding thing, it's not the wedding that you should be worried about. It's the marriage.
I get that. But are you telling me that a rough year, you're ready to give up on marriage? Because you said they had a hell of a 25 years, but then you get to year 26, it ain't working. So year, so are you making it seem like it's just like, oh, we're at a rough patch here, and I don't think this is going to work. No, just like you just said, we can't. Oh, so that doesn't mean we could just shit on the 25 years. So how good was it if 1 year can spoil 25?
It's not about spoiling. People grow. There are a lot of couples and people have conversations that have been married for dumb long that will tell you that for those of them who have made it, it was really about adjusting and growing to love somebody new. We're not the same. Like even you and our relationship, right? I met you in high school. We ain't the same people we were in high school. So I think, but the thing about marriage is you can never know that person that they're going to become, you're still going to love. And I think that's okay because people shift and you're not always going to be as compatible as you once were. Do you put the work in? Absolutely. I just feel like telling people till death do you part and putting forever on it it's not that it's unrealistic. It's a lot of pressure to live up to. And I think that marriages should not be pressure cooked, if that makes sense. It should not be a pressure thing. If you have 5 amazing years or 5 years in a marriage, whatever, and again, for what I mean, even if you lost your person, you still gotta, you still gonna have to start over. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that it's a lot of pressure when it comes to marriages to hold forever till death do you part thing. But we also don't like utilize our resources to survive and to strengthen and succeed in marriages either. So
that means vows really don't mean shit.
Well, I'm not.
Vows mean shit to me.
Vows means shit to anything when it comes to marriage because you make vows because you already know that people are going to change. I know we're not going to be the same throughout our lives. But the purpose of marriage is to keep those vows, which means that's why they become hard work. So if you think the way that you said it, then vows really don't mean shit.
It's not that they don't mean shit. I just don't feel like people should have to have that type of pressure. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. It is whether you want to agree or not. There's still a level of pressure because if something fails, right? Let's just say you did all you could, and the 3 years was a struggle, and now you're like, listen, I want you to be happy. I want to be happy, and this isn't working. 3 years we've been really fighting to make this work. It's not working. People are going to shit on you. Oh my God, you couldn't do 3 years. I did 5. I did something like it doesn't. Your marriage is not my marriage. You see what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of judgment in a marriage because people have failed in a first marriage and thrived in a second marriage. So, like,
I get it. Me personally, like, I'm big on the vows part. I'm not. We gonna have to just figure some shit out, and that's just how my brain works, at least right now, right? Because, like I said, I'm not inviting all my family. I'm not standing before God in somebody's church with somebody's Bible talking about I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to be here for you. Like I said, to death do us part and sickness and health, all that good stuff or whatever. Just to be like, it's not working. Let's just divorce. And I feel like people, especially nowadays, people lean on divorce a lot. I think all of us have seen probably a rapid pace of 50 divorces and maybe 5 sticking it out. We've seen way more people splitting and divorcing, you know what I'm saying, over whatever it is, you know what I'm saying?
I was going to say over whatever it is, but I will say that some of my friends who have been divorced, they have legit reasons to be divorced. So
I have nothing against that. My thing is that if your life ain't in danger, my nigga, y'all need to figure that shit out. That's how I see it. If you ain't scared, if you aren't afraid for your life, like this person is abusing you, like you're about to die or something like that, then y'all need to figure that shit out. I don't give a fuck how much he cheated on you. I don't care how much he cheated on me. I don't care who hit who with whose car. I don't care what's happening. Y'all need to go to therapy and figure this shit out because that was the whole point to begin with. So death do us part. Like, I don't care if we're here or if we on the lowest of the low. We have to figure it out. And I don't think nobody goes into a marriage with that level of dedication anymore. They want to be married, but they don't want to do the marriage. And that's different.
But
you know
that's what I said. They want the wedding and not the marriage. Marriage is sacred. Marriage is about commitment. I totally 110% agree. What I'm saying is if whatever happens and I'm not willing, and maybe it's selfish. I have no idea. I'll ask my pastor on Sunday. I'm not willing to be miserable to be in a marriage. I'm just not. I feel like we have so many examples of people, I'm not going to say women, people staying in marriages where they're absolutely miserable, that was not working out for them for one reason or another. And they either end up cheating or they just end up looking like emotionally, mentally bad because they're not happy. So when I'm talking about it not taking the pressure off of it, feeling like if you don't make it to forever that you failed, I think that's reasonable. I think King is sleeping at this point.
Yeah, I put in the comments, King dreaming about marriage.
He's definitely asleep. That's crazy.
But I agree, man. But I do think that people should take their marriages way more serious. If not, then don't get married, man. Just, get a companionship, get a partnership, get whatever it is that you need for your life and figure that shit out, man. I hate people getting married and just leaning on a divorce thing.
Yeah,
don't.
Divorce is not my go-to. Yeah, divorce is not the go-to.
Yeah.
Therapy, prayer, all those things. Exhaust all of your options. Exhaust every last one of your options. And then decide what happens next.
Yeah.
So
I agree. And we're going to do this mid-show break thing, and King's topic is next, although he is in La La Land. Let's go ahead and hit this commercial break real quick. Hopefully the shit will wake him up. I don't fucking know. But we'll be back in about 2 minutes or so, or less, of course. And see y'all in a second, man.
Hey, man, make sure you go by the LiveVibezStore.com and cop you some merch.
Hey, and if you do, man, make sure you send us a selfie and whatnot. We'll put you on our social medias for
Missing Merch Monday.
Let's go, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Make sure y'all do that. We appreciate y'all. And come one of these. You know what I'm saying? Or something new, There it is, man. Merch Monday.
We in that season.
Let's go.
Hey, yo, it's the Live Podcast. We're here to ask you to follow us on our social media platforms.
Yes, indeed, man. We got a Twitter, we got a Facebook, an Instagram, and a YouTube channel.
And don't forget, on the YouTube channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. And follow us.
Yes, sir.
Follow us. I see you.
Hey, yo, this is the Live Vibes Podcast. Asking you to follow us on all streaming platforms.
We got Apple Podcasts,
Google Podcasts,
and Spotify Podcast, man. Make sure you check out all our past episodes, and they will be up as soon as we go live after Tuesday night at 9 p.m. on YouTube.
And we out this.
And we are back, and I'm not going to. Oh wait, no, he's alive. There he is. he's back now. Yeah, man. Just got finished with the mid-show break. I did want to mention a few things before we move right along. King, your topic is coming up next, but before we do that, Flat, you wanted us to play something during the break real quick before we move on? I haven't hit play on this yet, so I definitely want to see what the hell this is about. While we're talking about it, let's see what we got, man. It looks like it's a Campbell's chunky something. We'll see. We'll see what this is.
Let me tell y'all something. You see this in Walmart, keep walking.
Let me tell you something. I tried this shit. He ain't never lied. That shit is hotter than 12 degrees past hell. Only reason I bought it because I was sick and I wanted to get everything out my system, just sweat it out. The little did I know, I was going to be in here with my stomach sounding like I had work boots in the dryer. When I finally did make it out to bed, crawled to the floor, opened the door and slid down those fucking steps and made it to the toilet, it felt like there was a little man inside my asshole dropping out lit matches. That shit is so hot. It is literally the cure for COVID-19. That shit will make you sweat out all your hopes, your dreams, and it will now become the only fear in your reality. Don't get that shit unless you buy a pair of Depends to go to it, because you're gonna be shitty and not in a good way. It was horrible.
Let me tell y'all.
Dang, is that bad? Now, Flat, you you sent this over for us to play it. And you also, you know what I'm saying, you always try different foods and shit like that or whatever. So let's start there. Would you try this shit?
Especially if it's hot and you know I
Yeah.
What is it? Campbell's chili?
Was it chili or soup?
It's Campbell's chunky. I'm guessing it's soup, and it says ghost pepper chicken noodle soup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ghost pepper, anything, it's enough for me. Let me go back off camera.
I want to try that shit so bad.
Ghost peppers are very like don't touch your face type shit.
And to hear them people talking about that soup, I said, and they said it's in Walmart. So if
that shit it's on Amazon too. Shit, I'm looking this shit up now.
Listen, I was just eating some Utz hot chips, but that's about as hot as I go. I can't. Ghost peppers are not the business, bro. Like, there's nothing that can save you from eating ghost. Like, not even milk, because you know how milk is usually good to like calm your.
To calm and cool. Nah, not it. And you can see the meter on there: the yellow, the orange, the red, and that red is on fire. So it is saying, "Hey, just so you know, it is a real thing."
At
they
your
got
own risk.
Whew, that's crazy. But yeah, there it is, man. So make sure y'all tap in. Look, this ain't got nothing on those. This one. So yeah. Flat, if you do end up finding it or somebody end up getting it for you, whatever, please share the story.
Put that, record that, eat one tablespoon and record it. And sit and wait for 5 minutes after so we can so we know it's real.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, other than that, man, I haven't really checked out any music that dropped. I have been listening to 𝐒𝐮𝐩𝐽 𝐈 album over the past week. Love it. It's very, very, very different than what was expected. And the more I listen to it, the more I love it. So that's pretty fire.
I have to check it out.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's different. I love it though. Sports wise, LeBron dropped 40,000, the first and only player to do it, my man. Shout out to my guy, Bron. I think he's in the elite club by himself with 40, 11, and 10, 40,000, 11,000, and 10,000. With assists and rebounds as well. He is just proving that he is the greatest to ever do it, man. And I'm opening up this fortune cookie to see if we can get y'all some good energy.
Oh, you know what? I meant to tell you something. So, because this is for you rated, but I'm gonna let you do it anyway. So you're supposed to read your fortune cookie in silence and burn it.
Word?
I know. Yeah. I don't know. I was in some store, like a restaurant, and I read somebody at the table read it out loud, and the lady came by and was like, you're not supposed to read it out loud. You're supposed to just read it to yourself and then you burn it. That's how it's supposed to like help into the universe or whatever. I was like, oh, I gotta celebrate this.
Then how the hell are you supposed to remember your lucky numbers? That's crazy. But whatever. But okay, this one says, by helping someone today, you may also be helping yourself. Okay, that's some good little,
Absolutely.
Little nugget right there. Love that, man. So shout out to that. There's some good energy for y'all. And other than that,
did you?
I did not exactly. I didn't check anything that's supposed to be happening today. I can do that really, really quick. I'm sure there's nothing to really go crazy about. But it is multiple personality day. That would have been crazy.
Rated. You gotta be stopped.
Damn, and unique names day. I should have did a different name today. I should have looked at these earlier, but shout out to those two things because those are different. All right, and yeah, we're gonna move right along, man. King, you got a topic for us, man? What's going on?
Yeah.
You up from your nap? You good?
See, I was taking a nap. What the shit? Here just listening to y'all.
Well, your mouth,
nigga, your existence since you was taking a nap. This nigga was like, yeah, that nigga is dreaming. You don't have to. Just watch the playback. Oh man. All right, so what we got, man?
Oh, should people complain about being single when they look unapproachable?
Yo,
King, this is funny. Because King talks about being single a lot, and King realizes that a lot of times he does come off unapproachable. So that's why I did that laugh. That's kind of funny, but
I mean, that wasn't the topic I was sent to ask. I changed it up.
Because I got it for the sake of the So who do you want to go first? Do you want to talk about it first? How do you want to do this?
I don't care. Whoever wants to talk about it first.
So I'll start. I recently had a friend of mine. They flew in from Georgia, and
she got a story.
We were talking, and he said I should have took a picture of your face when you walked in here because you looked like you didn't want to be here. But when you got over towards me, you lit up, you smiled or whatever. And so he's married, has kids, but he's a really cool person. And he's like one of the people in my life that can be very raw but soft with me. Like the way he talks to me, I can receive it. I'm not offensive, basically. But our first encounter was like a little bit, on the abrasive side. I'm not gonna lie. And so, he was like, I need you to be vulnerable. I need you to be soft era, and welcoming. And so I had to explain to him when I'm in my brain, which I am 98% of the time, when I'm in my mind, I don't even think about my face. I was reading a book the other day while getting my feet done at the nail salon. I could feel my face. It was like tense, and it's not because I'm angry or anything. I'm in this book. I'm really deep in it. I'm focused, like I'm zoned in. And so I think sometimes it's a little scary, intimidating, whatever you want to call it. And I'm learning to first of all, I look crazy. I look like I belong on multiple personalities day because I be in the car like just smiling, like I'm making these faces trying to relax my muscles. I don't know if you ever had a facial or a massage where they also massaged your face, but I was like, oh my gosh, my face was so tight. Like I didn't even know. So I don't necessarily think that you can't complain, right? Because there are a lot of people who don't know that they're unapproachable. There are people who think that like they have this welcoming look or aura when really they don't. So I don't feel like if you know you're unapproachable and you complain, then like but if you don't know, then no. I mean,
I think people should not complain because I think those who are unapproachable know they're unapproachable. Because a lot of times they lead with their energy, and probably 8 times out of 10, someone's going to tell you about their energy. The same way your friend told you how you looked when you came in. There's people in your lives that'll tell you that. Regardless if it's a man that approached you, damn, sweetheart, why you looking like that? Why you looking so mean? They'll tell you like, yo, you look unapproachable. I'm gonna approach you anyway, but you know what I'm saying? So it's not the first time they heard it. Anybody who is unapproachable has heard this shit before. Regardless if it's somebody they love, a friend, or somebody they try to talk to, or vice versa, you've heard it before. So if we're speaking to just being unapproachable, then no, you should not complain, because I feel like people can control that. It's an energy. It's how you move. You know what I'm saying? Where you like, I feel like everybody has to put on whatever layer they have to get through certain things, right? Let's say you gotta go to like, you say, for the sake of us fellas, we got children. Say you gotta go to your kid's school for something. I don't care what you're going through in your regular life. You're not gonna walk through that school with that mean, I don't give a fuck, get out my way. Like you the same way you walk the streets, you're not gonna walk that way through like an elementary school. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen some folks.
You can it's possible. What I'm saying is that like little kids come, hi, you're not gonna be like, man, fuck off, you little nigga. Like you're not gonna be just an asshole. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna change it in a minute. Oh, how you doing, little man? Oh, hey, how you doing? Like you're gonna just change up because you're around a different atmosphere. So it is a choice. I know we all are in our heads a lot about what we got going on, our stresses, what's on your mind, what you're going through, a lot of shit to where we can move with an unapproachable energy sometimes. But at the end of the day, I feel like that shit is controlled. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear King sometimes like a while ago, whatever. Like say we're on the phone and he's doing a route. He could be complaining about some shit really on 10. Just some bullshit, and why this, and then he'll see one of his like his clients or whatever on his route. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? And he'll switch real quick. What's going on with you? Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, done. This all you got today. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, cool. Then he's back to it. So it's like you fucked it. So it's even the unapproachable people, they can control that shit, dog.
But
a lot of people.
You talking about comfort though, Rated. He's comfortable with said person on his route too, right? When you're in a more uncontrolled environment, so to speak, if I'm sitting at the bar, 9 times out of 10, I'm not necessarily like, I'm not smiling, but I'm not frowning either. My face isn't resting bitch face. Like even when I'm on here with y'all, sometimes I catch myself when I'm just listening, right? Like I be looking like Flat. You see how he down there? His face ain't doing shit. He just there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I can't do that because I'm not a man. So I have to like remind myself to like just, even if it's just a teeny bit, let me just like, so comfort, when you're in a comfortable setting, you're more likely to be relaxed, more likely to smile. But in a setting that you're not comfortable in, you're more likely to kind of have that look because you got your guard up, like you don't know what to expect. But I still agree with like what you're saying.
Yeah, no, I get that part of it. But my thing is that it's when you get approached. It's not really your face or when you're just kind of sitting inside of a moment. Not really that, because we all could kind of just be chilling in our zone or whatever the case may be. But once let's say somebody walk up to the bar and say hi to you. Oh yeah, that's like that determines your unapproachableness. Yeah, and you'll be like, "Hey, how you doing?" But huh. And it's like, the fuck wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or you could be like, oh, hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? It is that's the part that says, are you approachable or are you not? You know what I'm saying? So it's how you interact with people, man, and how you interact in situations when it comes to, to things like that. And most of the times, like I said, people who are unapproachable, man, I think a lot of that is a lot of people just in their mind and wear what they're going through on their sleeves. But you can turn that shit on and turn that shit off when you have to. So I feel like if you lead with that on purpose, like you like to have that mean attitude, because I've seen girls do that all the time just so niggas won't talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Just hold the attitude just so I hope he don't approach me. I'm going to just, look like I don't want to be bothered so he won't bother me type shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot to it. I feel like it's controlled. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying everybody has the same charismatic energy to go out here and be approachable and somebody that everybody gravitates to and want to talk to. No, but when it comes to you just interacting in general, I think your uncontrollableness or your unapproachableness, you can shift that. The same way you shifted in other situations, you can shift that in your day-to-day and be more approachable. You know what I'm saying? So if we're talking single based off just being unapproachable, yes, because I feel like you could change that. Now, while you're single, if it has nothing to do with you being unapproachable, that's a whole nother ballgame. But if we're just going to stick to being unapproachable, yeah, man, you could change that shit, man. You can. We all put on a happy face and we don't want to sometimes. We all know we got to shift our energy sometimes. Where sometimes some people or certain things bring a certain energy out of us. You know what I'm saying? So all that could be shifted, man. So fuck that. Get over it. Learn yourself enough to be able to snap into it and interact and have some good conversations and not be so unapproachable. You know what I'm saying?
And also just be authentic too. Like sometimes it's okay to like have that halfway smirk. And like I've had people like that I don't know, meet me at a bar on a bad day or on a day that was long and strenuous for me. And I'm just honest, it was a long day, but I'm pushing through. You know what I mean? Like even sometimes when I say with y'all, it's not like I don't want to be fake. I'm trying to be as authentic as possible. So like while I'm here, I am happy, but I also got, shit going on in the back of my mind, but push through. So
Hell yeah. And I told y'all on this pod before, and I say it again, man. Like, girls who don't smile in their pictures, all of them scare me. All of them. All of them. I'm sorry. If I don't care how bad you are. I don't care what your body shape like. I don't care where you are located inside of this. I don't care what beach you want. None of that shit matters to me. If I go through in your pictures and you are not smiling in none of them, I don't want no part, son. None whatsoever. And that's just me. Maybe that's, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but no, fuck that. That says a lot to me. Vibes. Yo, it says a lot to me, dog. You can't crack one smile. You ain't happy about nothing. You posting a lot of shit. So obviously you fuck with these photos. You fuck with where you at. You fuck with whatever you got going on. You ain't happy about it.
I definitely overheard somebody say like, "Oh, how are you doing?" Like, "Oh, not good." And then the response was like, "Well, I know something good got to be happening in life." Nope, nothing. I said, "Damn, that's a rough life."
Yeah, it is. But if that's the case, then you need to stop posting and fix that shit, because you not smiling every day. It's scaring the shit out of people like me. Flat, what about you, man? Do you think people should complain that they're single if they are unapproachable?
No. You shouldn't complain. Clearly you're not tired of being single. Because when you're tired of being single, then you clearly already know you're single because of the way that you are. So you need to change your ways. If you're not willing to change your ways, as Kevin Samuels used to say, dial on with your dogs or your cats, because that's what you're going to do. You're just going to be miserable and old because you're going to feel like nobody wants you. And it's like, pride. Pride is what keeps a lot of people single, because I am who I am. You're going to love me for who I am. And if nobody's loved you this long, love yourself, because that's who you want yourself.
Hey,
that's true.
Nobody's loved you this long.
When you are tired of something, you change it. You know, it's we all know the definition of insanity. Nobody's going to do that but you. Like, if you know what you're doing is not working, it's not everybody else. The common denominator is you. And you're clearly not tired of it because you haven't changed it. So what are you complaining about? There's nothing to complain about. You know, you got to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And in this case, you are the problem. So in order to be part of the solution, you have to change what you're doing. And when you get tired of it, you'll change it. I mean, I'm just real simple when it comes to things like that.
Hey, listen, you said a whole word. I had to give you your credit. I mean, I felt like it was, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, nothing bad.
Yeah. Things like this it doesn't take rocket science to figure it out. Like, we all know that you got to change something. I mean,
a lot of people don't have the wherewithal to be self-reflective, right? A lot of people are not looking in the mirror. It's a lot easier to blame somebody else than it is to take responsibility.
But everybody else is not single. That person is single, so that's why they should say, you know what? Maybe I do have to look in this damn mirror. Like, nobody should notice faster than you, like that person. Like, damn, I'm single. It's been this long. What the fuck is going on? Can't be everybody else. It's gotta be, even if it's your picker, it's still you. Oh, this is my type of woman, and you ain't got that type yet.
Yeah, the type.
You gotta change your type.
Listen,
because your type, not only do you have a bad type, the type don't even like you. Because if that was the case, you would be in something right now.
That's true.
So at the end of the day, it's still that person. Your picker wrong, or your attitude is wrong, or your pride is in the way, or this or that. But at the end of the day, it's all you. So no, you shouldn't be complaining. The end.
All right.
They can't go to sleep again.
No, he's here. He's up and at him.
Who said I
How
fell
do you
asleep in the first place?
It's okay. It's okay. It is what it is.
I was seeing you guys sit here listening to you guys. Fell asleep, I'd still be asleep now. Okay.
I don't believe you.
Fake news. It was fake news. All fake news.
Fake news.
It's all fake news, you know.
Oh man. What about you? How do you feel? Do you think people should complain when they single and they look unapproachable?
Oh, fuck no. What you complain about? No, you shouldn't complain. I mean, how can I put it? If you purposely going somewhere and you have the rest of the bitch face, or you have this evil look on your face, you can't complain and say shit. Now, like, say like the times I've said I had an unapproachable face, nigga, I was working. So I was not thinking to have an approachable looking face. I'm taking pictures. I'm trying to focus, looking on the next shot. I did not know people were looking at me when I'm looking at them, trying to take shots. And I'm hearing like, oh yeah, you have an approachable face. Like, I'm not here. This is a function for y'all, not for me. Y'all are mingling to have fun and enjoy yourself. I'm sitting here working. And I probably already done left work, so I'm not happy. I left work to come to do more work. So I'm tired, hungry, and I'm sitting here watching y'all party, and I'm not partaking in this. But if you go into a spot and then you know that you're trying to mingle and enjoy yourself and meet someone, and you have a uninviting face, that's just your motherfucking fault.
Yeah.
Like I always say, like you can change your face, you can do whatever need be. But if you go into an area where you know especially if you want to meet someone and you're presenting yourself as being standoffish or uninviting, that's just on you. No one can control that but you.
Yeah. I agree, man. But there's that. Is there anything else anybody want to tap into when it comes to unapproachable people and being single? If not, cool.
King smile. Why you over there looking so mean?
Wait. First I'm asleep. Now I'm looking mean.
She's calling you unapproachable.
I said what I said.
Oh man, Flat, did you have anything that you wanted to
give me a reason to smile?
Tap into topic wise tonight? We know you pulled up a little late, but
I don't know. I think I might find something.
All right.
I'm gonna send this to
Flat coming to joy like he just left Death Row.
I sent it to the IG joint. You can post that.
All right.
Ooh, I mean, damn, should I toss this up? We got like a nice female spot.
And then post.
Did you do what?
The ladies are popping in.
Yeah.
All right, so then I'm going to pause this. I'm going to share my screen.
Fuck it.
So it's this one right here.
Yes.
Flat? All right, bet. All right. It says she said I'll take a rich baby daddy that's never around over a broke man that is. Oh man, play, man. Here we go.
Okay.
A rich baby daddy or a broke that never around or a broke man that spends time, I'll pick the rich baby daddy. I know that sounds messed up. Are we together? But I'm picking the rich baby daddy.
Why are you picking the rich baby daddy?
because I'm really big on financial stability. And I feel like I can't remember the triangle they teach us about in school. You know that triangle?
You better be financially stable when you get your son out of jail. You get your daughter out the whole house. You get your son out of prison. Goddamn, you talk about goddamn the rich baby daddy nigga ain't there. You think money don't raise kids, man? Lord Jesus, fathers instill discipline in their sons. Fathers instill chastity in their daughters. Money don't raise no goddamn boy. Money can't teach a man how to be a man. Money can't teach your daughter how not to be a hoe. And that's the problem with y'all women. Y'all motherfuckers want a paycheck for a nigga to be your goddamn daddy. That's why you and your goddamn badass, delinquent, goddamn criminally insane son gonna be back in the pocket.
Hey, he's stupid as hell.
He is.
Oh, boy, man. I know. And because when he let him get their shit off, and as soon as they trigger that man, he got the controls to turn everybody mic off but his, and he gonna go stupid. That shit funny as hell though, man. But
that's what I would do.
So Flat, how do you want to approach this, man?
I just pretty much rather know, like, I want to see what is the importance to y'all? Like, which one do you think would be more important? Because go ahead. I'll let y'all rock.
Oh no, you sure? Because
go ahead, rock.
All right. To me, like he said too, man, like money don't raise kids, man. It gives them all the resources they may need. It may help them out with a lot of stuff that it takes to live and survive and things of that nature, man. But not having your father around, I feel like it's way more detrimental. I would rather a situation of y'all broke and figuring that shit out, and you have your father around than anything else, man. Because at the end of the day, we look at it like this: when it comes to, let's say, a single mother who is, broke and the baby daddy is not around, she's going to make sure that child is taken care of. There's going to be men in her life that probably step up as a stepfather or, send her money or whatever she do to try to make sure that things work out in a financial situation, the best that they know how. But that child is still missing a lot of the integrity and the morals and the honor of what a father can teach a child. You know what I'm saying? And that's always a difficult thing too, because then you got to say, okay, how is this woman going to allow me to help her raise these kids? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you can't say nothing to them because it's not your child. You can't chastise them if they do something bad or wrong because it's not your child. You know what I'm saying? So when you have these single mothers in these situations or whatever, whoever steps up into that kid's life and try to be a father, they're automatically limited. They can't do it to the full potential because it's not their child. You know what I'm saying? And then when y'all break up, what happens? You know what I'm saying? Now you off, the child, you know what I'm saying? Y'all relationship, you know what I'm saying? It can go either way. It can go down the drain, just like the relationship, or you could try to maintain a relationship with the kid, but that shit wears off after a while. And it's just not a good look. And now what? The kid got to go and adjust to a whole nother father, you know what I'm saying? Who comes around and be the new stepdad, you know what I'm saying? It's too much, man. I feel like that's way more detrimental than having your father around and y'all just had some financial struggles. You know what I'm saying? Life is life. Life is going life all the time. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if you got the finances to make sure everybody's straight, again, they're not being raised properly. You know what I'm saying? The kids are going to be spoiled. They're going to have everything they want. They're going to have their mama raising them. They're not going to really have the father figure that it's a missing piece, man. And it's not worth that. It's not worth that to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like the rich baby daddy is going to benefit the child the way I feel like a child needs to be benefited. You know what I'm saying? The mother's saying that, you know what I'm saying? And because it ain't just about having money to raise that kid. She know that she's going to have a house. She's going to have a car. She's going to go on trips. She's going to get her nails done. She's going to buy whatever purse she wants. She's thinking about herself as well. She's not just thinking about the financial stability of the child when she says she want a rich baby daddy. She's definitely thinking of a lifestyle as well. So it's like you're already thinking selfishly because now you're taking a whole father away from a kid because you want a lifestyle. And that's terrible to me. So no, I don't agree with the rich baby daddy winning over the broke baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Because if the broke baby daddy's there, you know what I'm saying? If he's present, he's gonna be in his child life, you know what I'm saying, all the way around, and y'all just got some financial struggles. I would rather that be the situation than anything else. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I see it.
There's so many different scenarios. You could, one, you may not be rich forever, right? Which means also that he may not be broke forever. And secondly, like presence over money is always going to be impactful, whether the presence is bad or good. It's going to be influential to some degree in that child's life. And I think that if we're talking on a good man, a good father who shows up for his child and is present in every step of the way, absolutely going to take that. I've seen children who don't have, and I've seen children who have had, and there are so many different ways to look at it. You never know, but I think that that kid in the long run is going to say thank you for being able to experience, get to know the father versus, you know, like you looking out for yourself. Because let's be honest, she wasn't thinking about the kid first. She was thinking about herself first. You know, there's a certain lifestyle that comes with him being rich, like you said, Rated, you know. So I think that it's very sad that women today feel as though $300, $600, $1,200 is equivalent to having a man present, right? You're so bent on him paying $1,200 in child support or whatever the agreement is, but we'll refrain from him being able to see his kid every single day. Like that, to me, it's baffling. You know what I mean? The presence of a father is just as important as the presence of a mother, if not more, to some degree, depending on the gender of the child. There are a lot of people that I know in my life, when the kid turned a certain age, if there was a boy, they went to live with their dad. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, or they just have a different kind of relationship. I just feel like we allow money to really cloud our decision making when it comes to children.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of women feel like they don't need a man, but they need his money. So she feel like, I could raise the baby, you know what I'm saying? Just give me the money to do it, and I'll make sure he, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's terrible.
No.
But King, what about you, man? Rich baby daddy who's not there, or a broke baby daddy who is present every day 24/7? Which one do you think is more valuable to the child's life?
Of course, the broke baby daddy who's not there. Just because this man is rich, it's a different one. It's the difference between rich and wealthy. And one, just because this man is rich, who say he's sharing it with you, just because y'all have a child. And then if he don't share it with you, then of course, what you're going to do? Take him to child support, and that's probably going to separate it anyway. You probably going to get the money that you want, and he's probably not going to want to be involved, period, and probably go about his business. Then you have a fucking statistic ass situation. But broke baby father, which everybody's definition and views of being broke is so different. Just because he's not doing what you want or buying what you want, oh, now he's broke. He could be doing everything he can, or making sure the child is comfortable as possible. As long as the child is long as he's there in the child life and he's making sure that the child has everything that child needs, that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, the child does not know what broke or rich is, just the parents. The child just sees both parents. Mom is there for me. Dad is there for me. I have the necessary things I have. You know, the main things that I want, they were probably going to provide for me. That being broke and rich is something taught or pushed on you. You have to have this. You have to have this materialistic things or whatever. So that's something that's taught mostly from a parent. Like everybody else say, kids are so expensive. Even when they're babies, you know, diapers, wipes, and formulas, but they're only expensive as much as you make it. Oh, your child does not need all this crazy stuff. You want that. The child's not asking for all this. The kid is gonna be a kid. You're pushing all the stuff on your kid.
Plenty of kids who want them light up shoes versus them Jordans.
Exactly. Half these kids don't really start knowing unless you really pushing it on them or like getting it into like the materialistic stuff. They're not gonna pay attention to it until they get to like close to their teens. Half the time they just put on whatever. You let a kid be a kid as long as you can. They just gonna chill. They probably just want to have fun and eat and enjoy life, then sleep. They take care of them when they sick. Like,
that's true.
Simple.
That's true.
And it's funny because overdo it for no reason.
They doing it to show off for people who don't care about them in the first place.
Right.
Facts. And it reminds me of like my son, man, like growing up with him. I made sure that he was, you know what I'm saying, that he had, you know, nice clothes and things like that, whatever. It wasn't something that he asked for, he wanted. It was just something that I wanted for him. If he wanted something, if he saw something he liked, if he saw a Spider-Man or a Superman shirt, yeah, I'll get it for him because that's what he wants.
Exactly.
But if I'm going to buy clothes for him that I want him to have, I'm going to do that too because he stayed in some fly shit. He stayed with Jordans all the time, just like me. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But when he got older, look at his style now. Man, wear Vans, fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like cheap fucking graphic tees. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not locked into no type of materialistic things, even though I kept him in a lot of materialistic stuff as he grew up. It's just but I always got him things that he liked. Like he would see my shoes, Dad, I want those shoes. And I'll get him the same Jordans I got, and we'll be twins and shit. But I'm not just going out here and just dropping a whole bunch of money for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he didn't adapt to that. Like that was a thing. Like, oh, he had to have the top of the line. First off, like you're not going to see me in like no high end. I'm not the Louis Vuitton, the fucking Fendi, the Gucci, the Balenciaga. That's never been my bag at all. Even when I got the money to buy it, that's never been my bag. So, you know, for him to say like, okay, well, you know, Dad, you can afford that, but that's just not your steez. And with him, he can afford way more than what he wears, but he wears the style that he wants. And that's how you gotta have your kids, man. Teach your kids how to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to wear what I'm wearing. You don't have to wear what the kids in your school and your class is wearing. Find what you like and we'll invest in that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he is. You know what I'm saying? So to King's point is what I'm saying all this for is that, like I said, we buy things that we want for our children. You know what I'm saying? Like you want your kids to eat this. You want your kids to wear that. You want your kids to have a certain quality of things. You know what I'm saying? It's some things that I'll buy my kids from a top of the line store, and there's some things I'll be at the fucking dollar store getting 30 of these motherfuckers. It depends on what it is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? It's just how you got to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is one of those things to where, like, even though you may not have the funds and the financial burden, your job as a parent to not let your kids feel that. Like growing up, I didn't know that I was broke or poor or anything like that. Like, I enjoyed my life. I had friends. I had a room. I had a bed. I had a Nintendo. Shit like that. Like I thought that was fun. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until you got older and you start realizing some things like, damn, we was in the mud, my nigga. You didn't realize that when you were a kid. But that's what a good parent does. A good parent doesn't make your kid feel the struggle that they had to go through every day. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids now, they thought they had the greatest life eating noodles and shit. Nah, these motherfuckers taste good, but trust me, we are eating the bottom of the bottom, my boy. So, you know, that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that because they lived happy lives. If they had great Christmases, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. So they don't know when it's a struggle, when the bills are past due, or when, you know what I'm saying, certain shit go down. It's tough. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
They're not supposed to know none of that.
They're not going to know. So I'm down for having the broke baby daddy who is around. He's going to make sure his kids are good. They're fed. They got what they need. You know what I'm saying? And all the struggles that you go through, man, the kids aren't going to feel that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather that than, yeah.
And then on top of that, you're not even looking at the fact that you get to take a motherfucking break whenever you want to just have your free time. That baby daddy who's there, it's like, go ahead, do you know, relax, sleep. You have, you know, like some people who had a kid all the time, you know, some females, they get overworked and they just be like, I have them all the time. I just need a break.
Mm-hmm.
There's what the father's there for. Like, look, like, go ahead. Oh, like,
I got them.
You know, mothers get sick too.
Yeah.
The father's right there. You're sick. Go ahead, take care of yourself. Look, you have this, take that. Don't worry, kid with me. I got him. You take care of yourself. You need your me day. You need to study. You want to work on yourself. Go to school. It's all that is really valuable to a lot of people.
And you know what?
You can't buy that shit sometimes.
The baby mama who has the rich baby daddy still complained that the nigga ain't there. She still complains, regardless if she's benefiting off of his financial situation. Trust me, when she go find another man and cheat, or when she going through whatever she going through, or the child got something going on and he not around, that will be a complaint. I had to take him to the hospital. You weren't there. When you went around, I'm bored. Like, you just leave me in the house. You just send money, and then I want to go out too. I want to have a good time. It's gonna still be a complaint, even though he's financially making sure you good. His ass ain't around, but you still gonna complain that he ain't there. Fuck that, man. I'd rather us just struggle and figure this shit out with his money than me financially take care of you, him, and all that, and still get you complaining 24/7. Man, hell no. That just don't make any sense to me.
I want to say something to Rena. Like, when they see being broke, it just depends on what type of broke we talking about. Like, shit, in society, I have a job. Work for the post office. I'm considered broke for what I make. For what I make, I'm considered broke, but I'm technically not broke. But if you're not making over like a fucking 100K, you're technically broke.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the views and circumstances of how you looking at this. Shit, if you making under 50, you're like they say you're poor.
That's how it is. I remember when 50 Cent's son was like, I had to survive off of $6,500 or was it 65 or 7,500 a year, something like that. He's like, you can't make a living off of 6,500, 6,700 a month. It was like, nigga, that's 80,000 a year, nigga. That's a great job. What are you talking about? Like, what? Yes, you can.
Need that bread. You do not know how to manage your
What
money.
are you spending? You know what I'm saying? Fucking 1,200, not even 12. What are you spending? You know what I'm saying? Anywhere close to $1,600, $1,700 a week on a week. No way. There's no way, bro. Like, you can survive off that. Trust me. So it depends on, like King just said, it depends on what you consider broke. To him, $6,700 a month was poor to him. But that was because he was used to having, and then circumstances happened, and they had to bring that shit down. But to some people, they like, yo, nigga, shit, give me a motherfucking $2,000 a month. I can make that shit work. But that's for certain people. Everybody have their own number, what they feel that they can work with and what they can't. So, but at the end of the day, them kids ain't gonna feel that, because that's what a good parent does. Because like I said, kids don't even be knowing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when all the other kids around them just as broke too. If you live in that type of neighborhood where everybody on the same level, like, all y'all know y'all broke. Or if you don't know, you just living your life and you don't realize it until you get older. So, man, nah, fuck that. We gonna make that shit work.
Shit, I'm broke as shit, but like she said, I can afford field trip money. Look, go ahead.
No bullshit.
And some money for your snack.
At least the
No bullshit. Yeah. That little weak ass Lunchable, I got you.
Make it rain on them right quick. Field trip money, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh no.
Shit.
You feel like you're really doing something. What? Book fair money. Here you go.
Hell boy, man. Come on, man. Make sure they straight. You know what I'm saying? We struggling like a motherfucker, but them kids gonna be good. So but yeah, anything else you want to say on this flat? You did bring this topic to the table, you know what I'm saying?
I think everybody would pretty much prefer the broke baby daddy that's around. Because
what? I'm sorry.
Because any real man is going to make sure that his kids have what they need before himself anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What am I looking for?
He's absolutely right.
Even though, like King said, if you don't make over 100K, you're considered broke. And I mean, I've heard that, but all of that is bullshit. People, you can make 30,000 a year and not be broke. Because you are living beyond your means. Sometimes you can't keep up with the Joneses because you don't make the Joneses money. So you have to live within your means, and you can make any amount of money work. So I really think it's priorities play a big part in things like this. But back to the subject at hand, a broke baby daddy that's there, can teach. They can teach way like things. They can teach a child things that's going to even make them money, in the future. To know, like I said, my dad taught me that work ain't hard. Yeah, that's it. Those is just his words. Work ain't hard. And then when you actually think of work ain't hard. Your attitude is what makes it hard. I don't feel like being here. Why I gotta do this, or why I gotta do that. You're making it hard. But at the end of the day, work ain't hard. Because if it was that hard, nobody would have a job or nobody would work there. There's people that do this shit and they just do this shit because work ain't hard for real. Your attitude and things change that. And a dad can install that in their children to let them know, like, hey, let's get through this. Dads are there to show that toughness and this and this and that. And how you say kids don't even be knowing they broke, it's because they have things like that. Sometimes just being loved makes people the richest. 50 Cent had a little thing when he did a little interview and he was like, shit, I know somebody that don't even make a whole lot of money or some shit he said. And he was like, he's one of the happiest people on this damn earth, and it's like being broke is what the world sees you as, but that your child don't see you as broke. How many times have you been broke, but your child is just as excited to see you than anything else? The kids don't really look into things like that. So, but the fact that you're around, what happens when they can see you or they know they're going to see you and this and this and that, it makes it installs things into these children that can take them a long way past just being this broke baby daddy. It's like they don't see you as that. Some of them see you as their hero, their superhero, because you're there. What happens when, if the baby daddy broke but the mama worked, that means she got it. She out there getting the money. But guess what? You taught me how to ride a bike. What happens when I'm out here learning tricks and I become a professional BMX bike rider? Or you taught me how to do this. Dad, you taught me this. You taught me that. And they use this shit and they make something of themselves because of that. How many people you've heard, well, in them single parent households, and they like, shit, we pretty much raised ourselves because mom had to always go out there and work. So, she wasn't there. My dad wasn't there. So you hear that story a lot of the times, and some of those people wind up in jail or, being a dope boy or whatever it is that they, they find their own path because they like, shit, I'm just out here. But a lot of them, you don't hear those stories when, okay, yeah, mom at work, but shit, dad might be there. He might be able to be there to help with something. So there's a lot of things that the dad being there can help in so many different ways. And you know, I think it's teamwork, co-parenting. Even if y'all not together, if you know I'm broke, think of a different way to do things. You know, change things up, live beyond your means. Okay, I know I make this amount of money, and I know I'm not going to get help from him in this part. So what can I do to make things better? Or now I want to live my same lifestyle and just complain about how broke he is. Because now you're going to find yourself broke because you're trying to keep up with a lifestyle just probably 9 times out of 10 for somebody else. That shit ain't even for you and your kids. That's for the world to see. Oh, I can't have the world seeing my kids not like this because I'm like that. You know how people like they still get fly, but their kids it's not. You know, it's just certain things that it's all priorities. It's a lot of things that's tied into this. So being as though that person can be there. If you do things different with what you do have, I think the kids will never know. And you know, it'll be better in the long run. It's all in the long run. It might not be right now, just like they said. Maya said it, and I think Art in Motion said it. Probably won't be broke forever. It could be a rough patch, you know, or whatever it is. The thing is, he got something and start like if he has no nothing, no skills, no nothing. So you ain't got no money or no skills. Then a lot of times, then you just digging in the fucking wall. If he ain't got none of that, you first of all, you have no reason of having a child with a person like that. What made you lay down and have a child with somebody that you clearly seen had no money and didn't have any skills? How long were you dating? What did he take you on dates? Did you pay or did he pay? Like, these are things that you got to keep in mind, because if he did all of that to wine you in, then he ain't broke. You know, he just rather spend his money somewhere else, or just not on that child, or whatever it is. But all of that shit is nothing. It's either a conversation, you know, to get it together, and at the end of the day, I'd rather the broke baby daddy be there than to have a rich one that ain't there, because that money ain't gonna raise that kid in the long run. Yeah.
And who's to say just because you're a mother and you're raising a child because you really don't have a choice and you got money to do it, says that you're a good mother? Who says that you're a good parent? You could be raising that child wrong just with money. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have two different voices, two different minds, two different hearts, two different ways of looking at things to help guide a child in the right place. Because there's a lot of things that a father will probably do to a child where a mother will be like, yo, that's a little, I don't know if we should do that, or vice versa. Or mother try to do some shit or let some shit shine, and the father be like, oh, nah, we're not having that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes two to kind of figure this thing out the right way, instead of it being such of a one-sided relationship. And especially when kids have a mom who's supposed to be the nurturer, the ones who, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you're good, you know what I'm saying, kiss your boo-boos when you fall, all that other shit. They're not going to really push to teach you the other side of it on being tough, knowing how to handle your own and all these other things or whatever. And the way they do that is all try to just let them, boys will be boys, and you just try to let them do shit. And that's not the way to go about it either. You have to actually teach something. A lot of women don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? They know how to be nurturers by nature, but raising a young man is so different than you just raising a girl. And even raising a little girl, yes, you are so in tune with this, you know, daughter, because you are a woman yourself. But there are a lot of things that a father can teach and instill inside of a young lady that she could be missing out on. So it's always good to have both, man. That's why you got your uncles to step up, or your aunts that step in, or your grandparents. You got to have that whole village thing going on, man. It ain't just, oh, baby mama doing it all. It's got to be some other voices around there helping that out, man. So
no one parent is more important than the other. And that's why there's two of you to make one of us.
Exactly my point, man. But yeah, Thanks again, Flat, for bringing this through. You know what I'm saying? Great conversations. All the topics tonight so far is 2 hours and 24 in on a Tuesday. Looks like we are about done with shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Pulled this combo together nicely. Shout out to everybody who's been pulling up slowly but surely. It was definitely a low night tonight, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? We understand people got lives and shit like that. I did see some faces in here that I ain't ever seen before. I don't know if they still in here, but definitely we shouted out Irvin. He didn't make it over to the YouTube, but shout out to him. He was in the comment section as well. I don't know who John West is. Shout out to him. He pulled up earlier. Whoever Walker Mill Middle is, I didn't go to Walker Mill, but I know where it is, and I got a lot of friends with the Walker Mill. So shout out to you for pulling up.
Hey, Irvin. You know who Irvin is?
Who's Irvin?
You remember Leonard?
Yeah.
That's his brother.
Oh, word. Oh, Leonard Spencer, Irvin Spencer. Okay. Oh, well, shout out to Irvin. Then. Yeah, I know Leonard. That's crazy. But shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? Frederick Butler. I don't know who this is, but shout out to you. That's a new name that I ain't seen before. He came through pulling up. You know what I'm saying? With some stuff in the comment section. Shout out to one of your homies for pulling up. So I definitely want to make sure we shout out some of the new faces right now, but everybody who is still in here, y'all know y'all can go ahead and put your squads in the comment section. We will shout you out. We also definitely want to make sure y'all understand that if y'all do have things that y'all want to talk about on this pod, ending questions, stuff like that, y'all sent some to King. He got some geared up. We're going to try to get out the way on the next pod, but please send them to our Instagram, LiveVibezPodcast on Instagram. Send it to our DMs. I don't care if it's something that you thought of, type it up. A post that you saw, send it our way, whatever. We always want to bring some stuff to the table. So definitely take care of that. And y'all know the cruise is coming up, man. I gotta definitely give a shout out for that again. If you don't know, now you know, goddamn it. August 5th, man, we are going to be sailing off yet again. We're leaving out of New Orleans this time. Come early or stay later, however you want to do it. But we definitely gonna be cruising from the 5th through the 10th. And it's going to be incredible because that's how we do shit, man. We won for one. Last year's one was a success, so we're gonna definitely double down and do it again. So if you want to go, or if you already didn't put your bread down, great. If not, please reach out, man. Look on our Instagram and stuff. Reach out to one of us. Do whatever you got to do to get your bid in. We the plan is to have everything paid off by mid-May. So if you are interested, like I said, please do your due diligence. Find out who you need to talk to. Hit one of us up. We'll get you information, however, and we'll get you locked in. That way you can get your money, save it up, and spend it. And make sure you get everything locked in by May, man. So there's that. And again, we appreciate all y'all. Let me go ahead and see who I can see. First things first, y'all see who it is, man. Repping the gang. Somebody be up in here, man, holding the Soprano gang down. I see you, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm gonna double it down, you know what I'm saying? 2-time early, you know what I'm saying? Because we got Miss Keeper in the building. Soprano Me, please, is up in here as well, man.
Did you see that one first?
What one first? Oh, okay. That's triple down. I ain't even see. Look, I ain't even see the notification. Look, I'm looking for the icons. Brenda in the building, holding down the Soprano gang. 3 in a row. Goddamn, man. We starting off nice in here, man.
It really wasn't 3 in a row, sir. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings.
You sure?
I mean, even though I mean, I'll give it to you because Tamara's not on her own page, but it was Aunt Brenda.
You know it don't count.
And then it was this one.
But she don't count. Because she ain't in.
He's just being picky and choosy.
Do you see tomorrow in the comments at all?
Because
nah, y'all wild. But shout out to tomorrow. Shout out to tomorrow for watching the show. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm keeping my tree Pete because she was not in the comment section. You see what I'm saying? But next up, we already see what's going on, man. In the building. Appreciate that, man. You already see it. Holding down the Love Bug Squad. I see. We do have a wolf pack up in here. Let's go, man. Jerome, aka 𝐿𝐵𝐿. in the building, man. Holding it down for the Wolfpack. I see you, my G. And we got another one, man. Love Bug's up in here, man. Jasmine. Love Bug Curl is in here. Appreciate you for coming through, holding down the Love Bug squad. Look at Sharina Rogers, aka Soda, in the building, holding down the Soprano gang. I see it and appreciate you for coming through, as always, holding it down. And right after that, Art in Motion, aka Ties up in here, holding down the Love Bug squad. We see you. Appreciate you. You dig. And who else we got? Miss Sweet is up in here. Y'all already know who she is representing, holding it down for the Soprano gang. I see you and appreciate you for coming through, catching the vibes with us tonight. And that might be it. Raider, she said what? She said don't shout me out there. Look, hey, we appreciate you. We hit the little button because you was watching from somebody else's or whatever the hell, but yeah, she still talking. You ain't want to give Wolfpack his credit. Look, man, I don't see Tamara's name in his comment section, man. But I do see Ma Dukes up in here holding it down for the Wolfpack. I see you in the building. Appreciate you for coming through, Ma Dukes. Dee in here, man, and she look. I gotta go over to this soundboard now because
representing the soft era.
Yes, up in here holding it down for the ladies in the soft era. See you, Dee. Appreciate you for pulling up. And shout out to Tamara.
I felt it.
Because she represents flat when she do that, so she can't. Yeah, see the mic hiding it now. Yeah,
it was.
Little sensor there. Got hold down your spot. Yeah, feel better, man. Appreciate you for pulling up to catch some of the pod, although you are not feeling the best, man. Appreciate that. And yeah, man. Other than that, man, that is it for tonight, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the episode. For those who came in here early, for those who came in here late, we appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all come back next Tuesday. King got some requests that he wants to make sure that everybody's here to ask, especially the ladies that be in the comment section. So make sure y'all bring y'all asses here nice and early.
I mean, you think it's enough people for me to ask this?
It's now? Midnight, dog. We getting the fuck out of here. So bring y'all
wildin'. You are wildin'. You are
wild, boy.
Bring y'all asses back on Tuesday of next week, man, so we can definitely get these off. There's 2 questions.
He
I had
here acting like it's not late because he had a nap mid-show and shit. No,
boy, that nigga got a whole another hour and a half apart and left to go. He like, let's do it. Fuck no, we are out of here, man.
Listening to you guys, like,
but we appreciate y'all for putting it up, man. Do y'all have anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
No.
All right, man. Well, look, y'all enjoy y'all week, man. Y'all weekend. Please be safe out there. And without further ado, Flatliner, you can take us out.
Man, y'all already know what it is. Let's create wages, not war. And remember, if you're complete, you do not have to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, welcome to the live vibes, man. We are here with the new scenery. We got singing on Sunday. It's the LiveVibezPodcast.
Yes, sir.
It's the LiveVibez Podcast.
Pocketbook.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hello.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.